Hello. Took me a second. A little disorganized, unorganized. Still going strong with MMA classes. Awesome. Hello, Joy, Pam, Alibaba. Great to see you. Great to see you. Glad you made it. Tonight is going to be another amazing night here in the House of Sewing. I hope everyone's doing well. Whoops, wrong button as usual. Hello. My name is William, the artist formerly known as Godless Sewing. This is the House of Sewing, and this channel is My So-Called Life. I hope everybody's having a great evening. Touch and Sew song is stuck in my head. I do that on purpose. I absolutely do that on purpose. Yay, hello. You know, I wonder what's taking me so long to make that video in the first place. like I put in the comment, I've had that in my computer for 3 or 4 years. And it's one of the only commercials that do not, like, right off the bat give me a copyright strike. So I use it for everything. Awesome. It is Wednesday night. I probably won't be going too long this evening. I say that, and then about 2 hours from now, I'm going to be standing in the street with road flares. You know. So, oh, hold on one second. On your new touch and sew. On your new touch and sew. Awesome. So we all have in our heads. Thank you so very much. Oh, I have a story about a package delivery. About a delivery. Well, you know what? It's kind of my fault. I ordered something. I'm going to keep it. And I have a question of what I should do about it. I ordered something on Amazon, and something told me order a really large size. This is supposedly a double XL vest. This thing is so tiny, it's not even funny. And you know, I should have known because I ordered what's considered a biker vest with no collar. Basically, it's not the same company, but I should have known. If you see how tiny this is, I'm gonna put it on in a second. But it's again another Amazon failure. Their sizing chart was so wrong. It's oh, it was. And you know, I have not had much luck shopping for or trying to obtain a black denim vest. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna add on to this vest. I'm just gonna I think I'm just gonna sew on some black denim, or I might feel froggy and put a completely different color denim on it. I don't know, but let's try it on and see how junior this thing looks. I just wanted a cool black denim vest because I own quite a few light denim because that is my color. But I should have known. And let me find my phone. I'm going to send a picture to my Twitter group. I bet the measure was done for the waist. It's tiny. I bet it might be a slight under the XL standard. This is a double XL. A double XL. I don't think so. Yeah, hello, hello. Great to see you. Hello, butterfly. Yay. Altering is a good thing. That's what I was gonna do because I want it down to a certain size. And I did some measuring around the sewing room. And I have a vest that's this size, but I found something that matched its color and I wrapped it in it, and I might do the same. So what I did is I always wear I'll show you. I have another tiny vest. I was so mad. I see Pam's comment already because Pam's right. Pam is right. This sizing is it's I'm so mad. See, it looks good right there. It looks really good. Then I'm gonna stand up and you're gonna be able to see my belt buckle. It's crazy. Yay. The problem is with Amazon, it's really hard to tell because you do not know where these clothes are coming from. And I know we've had this conversation 100 times, but a lot of the stuff that comes from Amazon is it might be imitation, knockoff, who knows? But this one is not kind to me. I'm gonna stand up in a second. At first I laughed and then I screamed nerds like I was in a 1980 nerd Revenge of the Nerds movie. I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. But Amazon lately has been like 40, 60 at best. So it looks good from this angle. Nothing wrong. From this angle, oh, it looks amazing. I love it from this angle. Until I stand. Okay, I know I'm wearing a lot of black, but I'm missing about this much of the vest. Like I said, I have a vest that's this size, but I found something that is its exact color, and you kind of can't tell because it's an undershirt. But this is tiny, and that's still my bag. Has to be a kid's double XL. You know, I'm trying to think what my Amazon account might be under the Godless Sewing name. I'm a professional Karen. I should be a troubleshooter for Amazon, but this one's kind of on me. I couldn't believe how tiny this thing is. I'm making a 5X jacket for my daughter-in-law. That's awesome. You see, and this was supposed to be exactly, Pam. This was supposed to be double X, and you can obviously sure see how much larger my shirt is. And this shirt is a men's large. This is a Vans shirt. This is just a standard men's large. And this vest, I can't even pull it down. Ah, it's a new short jacket. It's got the look. It just doesn't have the length. I have an idea. Hey, skids, how's it going? How's it going? I'm so mad, but it is what it is. I order all kinds of crazy stuff from Amazon. I can definitely fix this. This is under the list. See, it's so warm too. This is well insulated. It's well made. Even for an imitation or not, it's got huge inside pockets. This is well made. It's warm. It's beautiful. It's a size I should have got. In my mind, a 3XL was outrageous. Actually, you know what? Is it in here? I have a vest in here that I thought I could fit in. It was like a double or triple XL. It's literally down to my thighs. I was thinking about wrapping a chair in it. Oh. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was gonna send a picture. Hey, oh yeah, it's way too small. I'm thinking about wrapping it in a jacket like I did my other vest, but that's ridiculous. This thing is tiny. I'm so mad. I'm trying to save face because I have had nothing but victories lately on with Amazon. So this is the first failure in a long time. I have an old godless sewing vest. It was a complete failure, but with the collarless vest, they're almost, I don't know, that vest is probably bigger than this one. Oh, Skits, do I have your permission to show that on YouTube? Oh, look what this thing did to my tub. And actually, there's something I do that I feel like I should teach people. Well, I shouldn't. It's not about teaching people. Hey, hello. Looks like a normal jacket to me, just not a coat or a long. Why don't you come in and let's discuss it? And I'll stand up again. Torso jacket. This thing is tiny. See, but Waternate likes clothes that fit. I want to dress like Tupac in 1994. I want my clothes to be so baggy that I can almost go camping in them. Hello, 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 yay, yay. I had to ask permission, Skits. I'm one of those people. I would never disseminate your picture without your permission. I think other people on the internet should learn that. Oh, I'm already feeling snarky this evening. Let me read my disclaimer. Oh, good times, good times. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening flying godless sewing. My so-called life airline. Do you know I'm still working on my opening line. The artist formerly known as Godless Sewing. Awesome, awesome, yay! Hello, hello. They're small ones, but not that cut. They mostly have a point on the front buttons. Absolutely. Like a smoking jacket. Do you know when I think of a smoking jacket, I think of like a jacket, like a real actual jacket with arms, not a tiny vest. I'm so mad. You know what though? It happens. My ordering has been terrible lately. Yay, hello, hello. I'm truly thinking about Hugh Hefner. I was thinking about harvesting an old pair of pants or something. But tomorrow, I think I might just go buy, because I'm all about DIY. Or if I wanted to get real froggy, I could attach some of the denim I already have, but it's not the same color, and that's the problem. Yay! Hello, hello, Hugh Hefner. I like the way it looks and everything. I was going to actually take the collar off, but looking at it from this angle, it looks great. But when I stand up, it looks like I'm wearing my little brother's clothes. And spoiler, I do not have a little brother. Yay! I'm heating up some soup. I will jump on after dinner, so I'm not making soup noises. All right. Okay, okay. Upcycle. Absolutely. This is I might do that this evening. I did clean my fabric section. I did clean out my fabric section. Didn't see you, Joyce. Yay! Hello, hello. Joyce is my other account. I have another account. There's nothing wrong with having another account. Yay. My VFW is having an ugly sweater contest at their Christmas party. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Skits. Just saying your name, I now have Rah Rah Rasputin stuck in my head. Oh, that's funny. I completely forgot about that because I'm going full Seinfeld Sofeld about this vest. See, that's the problem with modern day retailing. I could go into Macy's and try on every vest and see if they're perfect, if they fit. I'm not an Amazon fan, says the guy who obsessively orders from Amazon. Okay, messages. There we go. Okay, so first, because we're feeling festive, I'm going to start off with skits. Boop. Oh, I thought that was sort of like a members only jacket. I'll rock a members only jacket. I'm of that age where I thought they were cool. I'll rock a members only jacket. Oh, that reminds me of the late 80s and early 90s. Those jackets that cut, the fake ones, the real ones. Oh, didn't see you there. I made the artist formerly known as Godless Sewing a mod. It's difficult because there's a lot of stores that don't have much variety in store. You're right. And see, that's part of the problem too. That's why what started my obsessive vest habit in the first place, whenever I would see a vest, I would buy it, especially in my size. And I'm the same way with shoes. Yay! Oh, Skids is amazing. And I think you are an awesome human. And but I have a question. Oh, is it sharing? Oh, there we go. When did we start wearing ugly sweaters? I think that sweater is beautiful, by the way. I'd wear that. Cats and tacos. I want to know precisely what year did we start rocking ugly sweaters? See, now I have a sweatshirt that says I still believe in Santa Claus. Okay. So this is not my first rodeo, okay, at all. When I love your sweater, Skids. 1980 in Vancouver. Oh, I love that. I love that, Joy. Hello, Joyous William, the artist formerly known as Godless Sewing. I feel like I'm in a fun house with double mirrors. Absolutely. That's exactly where you are. That is a great sweater. I love your sweater, Skids. We wore them for a while. It's just that we're now wearing them ironic. I was about to say, because when I was a kid, we just called them the sweater that your grandmother got you. And your mom was like, you will wear that. You will wear that all evening. So, like I was saying earlier, this is not my first rodeo. When I got this, when I received this vest, I knew it was too good to be true. It was jet black. Oh, I miss Kilroy already. It was blacker than submarine paint. It was jet black. And I knew, excuse me, that there was a lot of cheap dye involved in making this. I love your sweater, Skids. Absolutely. I would rock that. You'll see when I'm wearing my I Still Believe in Santa Claus sweatshirt. I just have to find it. So I knew that this was going to happen. I soaked this because I knew that this was over dyed. I don't know if you want to call it cheaply made, but this is brand new. I'm the original owner, and I put this in semi-warm water, and it instantly dyed my tub. This is the first picture. Let me see if I can. There's the second one. And yes, the funny thing is, that tile is not from 1970. I just ironically put that in the 2000s. But the second I put that thing in my tub, it started outgassing. All the cheap dye came out. It's still black. There was a while ago I dunked what I thought was a black vest, and it turned out to be gray. So I washed this a few times to get all of that dye out. So if you ever buy a denim or like a black denim vest from Amazon, remember to soak it. You don't have to do it in the tub like I did. You don't have to be dramatic. Find a tub, find something to put it in and soak it in semi-hot, or if you're feeling froggy, soak it in hot water, but that will shrink it. But soak it in semi-warm water to get the extremely cheap dye out. That is some advice from from William here in the House of Sewing. And I did that. It's kind of a weird process, but the vest is still jet black. It just took all the dye out of it, and I can now wash this with everything else. It's a big difference. I feel like I should share that though, because I don't think a lot of people take time out to see who was the manufacturer of their clothes. Will it destroy your washing machine when you put it in your washing machine? And was it worth what you paid for it? Okay. I forgot I ordered this. That was smart to soak the vest. Thank you, Pam. I've learned from a while ago. I purchased a bunch of what I thought I scored. I could smell the dye. I thought it was the denim. So now I can even I even know the smell. There's like this really weird smell when there's too much dye on denim. And I washed them and they dyed the inside of my washer. So I learned. I got in there and I was scrubbing the drum and everything. I learned from that day on. I learned the hard way. So from now on, when I buy anything that I perceive that's a little bit on the cheaper side as far as denim goes, I soak it. And I think it's important to know what not necessarily what manufacturer you're dealing with, because the average person, none of us really do, but you have to know the quality of what you're dealing with. I kind of was kind of guessing that because this came from Amazon, I knew it was going to be over dyed to be nice. Thank you. And I also ordered this finding your way. Okay, there we go. Finding your way around a serger. A serger is to sewing machine as a microwave oven is to cooking. I love my serger because it really speeds up the sewing process by sewing a seam, finishing the edge to keep it from fraying, and then cutting off the excess fabric in one step. You can use a serger to stitch a wide variety of fabrics, and it works much faster than a standard sewing machine. I had to. So I'm stoked that I have sewing machine for dummies, but I'm not stoked about this vest. Yay, please share nuggets of goodness you learned from that book. I have been flipping through this book, and when I say this, I actually took this from somebody that I consider to be extremely intelligent. So this is not my line, but it's true. These books are the titles are they're ill-titled. They should be called something else because they're extremely informative. This book, you can actually learn a lot from the dummy books. I have a bunch of the dummy books from the original like Mac iOS from like 07 or something like that. The dummy books are actually hilarious. Chapter 1, put down the touch and sew. Second, pick up the reels. Do you know what it is? Is that this year has been the year of the touch and sew. 2023 was definitely the year of the touch and sew. Let me do this. If anybody wants to join, let me know. I'm going to I just realized I didn't send out any links. So I'm going to do that really quickly. Theoretical physics for dummies. Oh, theoretical quantum physics for dummies. Oh, no, I just have the Touch and Sew song stuck in my head now. Theoretical quantum physics for dummies. Whoops. There we go to my friend. Okay. And then I will put it in the other group. And I don't know how many weeks we're on. I don't know who needs to hear this, but my computer still calls it Twitter. Just to be extremely petty. Awesome. There we go. If anybody wants to join, just let me know. Yay. Well, the Touch and Sew is officially 50 years old now. Awesome. Uh-oh. Touch and Sew birthday party. Do you think... would I officially need professional help if I had a Touch and Sew birthday party? We all do. Oh, I like your sewing book ideas. I just have the commercial stuck in my head. I'm gonna wait for Waternade to join us, but this vest is tiny. I'm gonna put on a longer vest because this vest is tiny. Yikes! Oh. This thing is cut under my ribs. Oh, I thought checking how many times I thought I didn't have the Twitter app anymore because I scroll. Thank you. All the way past the X. I still do that. I still do that to this very day, Skits. To this very day. You know what's so funny? If anyone asks me, like, hey, where have you been? I'm going to tell them the truth. I can't find Twitter on my phone. I'm all in for the B-Day party. I want to make one of those dresses. She swishes around it. We could all... absolutely. I think it's official. I think we're going to have a Touch and Sew birthday party. I've been thinking of interventions for people to get... for people that get them. So I'm going to laugh. I would laugh if I walked in my house and everybody was sitting on the couch with clipboards and they're like, your Touch and Sew habit hurts my feelings. Last week, you said you were going to the store, but really you went to the thrift store and you bought another Touch and Sew. I could see that. I could see that intervention. Yeah, these books are great books with unfortunate titles. Why do they have to be insulting? It's true, though. I've actually, there's quite a few things in here. I've actually bookmarked quite a few because I was perusing last night, as one does. I was perusing. What's new for tomorrow? I have this Singer's commercial stuck. It's because while I was editing, I had to keep on going back, because I wanted to line up certain things. It would be fun seeing a birthday party. Depends. And I'll tell you, I just don't want to be that wow. Having a birthday party for sewing machines is like when people have a birthday party for a dog. I'm that one person who's like, hey man, we could have just called this a potluck. Come together and appreciated these animals without having a party. That's all I'm saying. We all need to get the most fun out of life. Absolutely. Oh man. You think we can afford Michael Jordan for this intervention? No, but I bet for $500 he'd record Get Help. Oh, I'm sorry. Stop it. Get help. If you told Michael Jordan do you know what's really funny? If you showed Michael Jordan the fact that I still have my Michael Jordan jersey from the 7th grade, he'd tell me to get help. It's cracked. The NBA has literally cracked away. It's so old. It oh, I pull it out once a year to remember the 95 Bulls. I recommended it for Dummies books to my auntie and legit made her feel insulted. No, it's true. It's true. I have plumbing for dummies and I hide it because I don't want people to walk in my house and see the fact that I needed something to explain something to me in plain English. Look, I got a brand new bottle of sewing machine oil for your birthday. Uh-oh, the list is growing. Well, one of the reasons it would be legitimate is because, let me see if I can get the angle going. Oh, do you know what? Did I send out the right link? I think I did. Did I? I'm going to send out another link because I don't know if that's the right one. And it still says Twitter. I'm just saying. So in a minute, I'm going to pull something out and decide what I'm going to sew. I'm also thinking about finishing quite a few things. Do you know, about 4 or 5 months ago, I wanted to add some fur on my denim coat, and I keep on forgetting to do that. But as time goes on, I don't know if I want to do that anymore because I found some more fur. And in this house, that is not a rare thing, but it's more of the faux looking fur. And I wanted to add it to a collar. I have what's called a stadium jacket with fur all along the collar. I love that look. Damn it, MJ isn't on. And Michael Jordan doesn't need money like that. Why don't they, if you click the link and end up on another channel, tell them the House of Sewing said, oh, so true. You know what? I used to during the plague, I would get in these mega streams with people. And I think sometimes someone would click in and they would just sit there and be like, I think I clicked in the wrong room. Because we'd start talking and we'd get into our conversations and they were just like, oops. But people really don't stream like that anymore, like they used to during the plague when we had nothing else better to do. That would have been something. What about Michael B. Jordan? He'll do cameo. He'll do cameo right now. We all know he sent his. Let's be real. You know, if I had a OnlyFans, somebody would find it and that thing would be on Front Street. They would be throwing that thing around like newsies. They would be in street corners like, did you know Godless? Do you see? I keep on saying, do you know the artist formerly known as Godless Sewing has an OnlyFans? Dave, do you know that guy, that sewing guy has an OnlyFans? I could never keep that secret. I keep on threatening that I'm going to do an OnlyFans, but it's just going to be me reading a biology book. I might read Sewing for Dummies. That might be my entire OnlyFans of just this. And I'll be fully clothed because I was raised by prudes. This will be my entire OnlyFans right here. I'm going to try it and see what happens. You know all about that, do you, Skip? I think I need to watch Newsies. This is the 4th time I've brought it up. I think it's just time to watch Newsies. I think that's what's going on. Man, this vest is toasty. For something that's tiny, sitting down, this vest actually fulfills its purpose. Wear a new coat with each chapter. I could. And then we could go back and do it again, and I could wear a different coat for every chapter again. Oh, so true. So true. Skits is a lifetime member. Do you know if I saw that you had OnlyFans, I wouldn't tell everybody, but I'd send a few emails. Oh, good times on a Wednesday. Oh, balanced on your horns. I am so mad at this vest. I am so mad at this tiny vest. Oh, but in my true Ned Flanders style, I'm just gonna say diddly instead of being angry about it. Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, what was I gonna show off? There was something that I was gonna show off that I completely forgot. But let's show off how tiny. Do you know what's really funny? After going through all my projects, I don't even know where to begin as far as like, hemming everything, or like I've been making quite a few shirts. But you know what though? I should pull everything out because I am gonna film everything I made in 2023 part 2, and I would like to get it done before the New Year's. Okay, so because I'm wearing black, it's hard to tell. You're like, oh, it's sewing. You're just tripping. You're being a baby. Okay. You can see my hand. I'm missing this much fabric. Let's see. A long time ago, I ordered this. This was supposed to be a double XL. This thing is just as tiny. As you can see, there is a sweatshirt that is a men's large hanging from underneath it. And I know I'm the original Sofeld. Has the eagle been vanquished and forced to return to the shadow realm? Skits. The eagle is getting ready for Christmas. The eagle is at the Eagle Workshop working hard, and the eagle. You see, I'm bad at anthropomorphizing things. I am terrible. The eagle will be back before the holidays are over. It's going to be the holiday eagle. While doing everything new, make a UFO pile and finish pile. For real, though, this room, this room is nothing but UFOs. I made a video. You know what's so funny? I need to look back to see how long ago that was. I thought I invented that saying, and I did not. I swore I invented something, and then I typed in unfinished objects, and there was quite a few sewing videos about it. The Space Cowboy took it out. It's normal length. You just used a gigantic Mimi G. That's not. The pockets are perfect. It even has a cell phone pocket on top of the inside pocket. This is a well-crafted vest. I'm more stoked that the buttons work because last time the other one the buttons did not work and I had to make my own. Like I said, I prefer the giant clothes. All right, let's put on a more appropriate vest. I feel like I should sing my song, huh? It's a beautiful day in Mr. Sewing's neighborhood. All the stuff he says is really misunderstood. Could you be mine? Oh, that thing is so tiny. I'll get over it. Do you know, I more or less just want to kick myself because I knew that there was a possibility that this was going to happen. I should have ordered the quadruple XL. Could you be my neighbor? Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna write the book on ordering from Amazon for Dummies. That's gonna be the book I write. Oh, thanks, kids. I keep shaking my head. I knew there was something missing in this. Oh, well, I moved the eagle. There's gotta I gotta make sure everyone's still paying attention. And I know that's Skits' mortal enemy. Do you know I cannot unsee it now? I just see Skits and the eagle fighting like that chicken and Peter Griffin and Family Guy. I can't even unsee it now. Ordering from Amazon for Dummies. That is going to be the book I write. In chapter 1, check the sizing. If you order clothes, check the sizing. It's just craziness. Absolutely. Okay. It is smaller than than its stated size. That's true. But fit-wise, it's a normal vest for William. When you find that guy, you let me know because I have a few things to say to him. Okay, perfect example. Look at this vest. It even passes the arm raising test where I'm not doing anything indecent when I raise my arms. I'm so again, all of this falls on me because I knew what I was getting myself into. I have this obsessive Amazon habit. It's been pretty good. For some reason, in the month of November, they could not deliver to my house, but their consistency picked up. Everything I ordered for hands is here. It's going to be an awesome, awesome Christmas. I ordered a tiny vest. I ordered a and for the record, I want to show, and I know what Waterday is going to say. I want to show that this says double XL. Look at this thing. Does this look double XL to you? What's wrong with Slouchy? Matter of fact, that is my name for the rest of the evening is Dr. Slouchy. Oh, it was way too long. Must be an X. Or you know what? And that's another thing. I'm gonna find that vest. Somewhere in this room, I purchased a vest thinking I can actually do something with it. It was humongous. Personal taste. No, that's not an XXL. It's not. And I will spare throwing throwing this thing at the camera. I'm just frustrated because it's so 50-50 with Amazon. And it came in a slim box. And I had hope because I'm that human who's ordered those mattresses that come in a box and you open up a corner and they flop out. I have a double. My son has a double mattress. I ordered a queen size mattress from Amazon. That thing came in a box. I pulled a seam, it flopped out a giant mattress. So I had hope, but this is not a giant mattress. Oh, good times. This is all in good fun. I'm gonna upcycle the heck out of it. I'm gonna add another layer to it. It's gonna look crazy. I'm gonna throw a ton of patches on it. But Amazon and I are not talking again. Oh, adventures in Amazoning. I saw that. That was so sad. I saw that last night. He's young. He was 61 years old. I don't know who needs to hear that. That's young. That is young. When I saw that, I wanted to cry. I believe he was 61. When people of a certain age pass away, I'm like, oh, he was young. It does look too small to me. Thank you. Stop killing off beloved celebrities. Thank you, Olipapa, for telling the truth. The eagle. Oh no, the eagle is coming back for Christmas. That my Christmas special might be we're gonna make it an eagle Christmas. Oh, it's been a wacky day. It's been a I woke up I woke up kind of just like, kind of wacky today. There was something else I wanted to do, but I can't remember now. Part of me really wants to harvest some denim, but that vest, for all the soaking and everything, it still is kind of brand newish. Full disclaimer to all my friends, when I say soaking, I'm talking about clothes in the tub, nothing else. Maybe that's why the eagle is gone. He's running from the you. Not only do you not like the eagle, you've made him a criminal. Oh, eagle on the. Oh, I love it. I love how you give a backstory to the eagle. Better be nice, Christmas eagle. Thank you. We have started something. The Christmas eagle is coming back. A few weeks ago, Skits brought bad tidings about Matthew Perry. Now it's Andre Brower. Matthew Perry kind of caught me off guard because I had met him before. And he was nice to me, unlike Lenny Kravitz. Matthew Perry was a stand-up human. I was surprised you could even get to the black. Oh, you could even get the black vest. Definitely looks too small. I was so like, it was, ever since that guy denied me with that black denim, I've been on this quest because in my head, when I was standing in downtown, it was right there in my head. I was like, I can make one of these vests in my sleep. And if I made it, it would be the perfect length. So now, I'm on this weird quest to wear a black vest. I have a few black vests, but they're either too big or I cut the armholes too big and they just do not look right. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is lately. Everything I touch as far as a black vest, it has not been coming up. And I have a bunch of patches that are on the way and a bunch of really awesome patches that are sitting here that I shall not share because they're extremely off the cuff. Some areas have a devil looking dude, Krampus, that gets the kids. Krampus will whoop you and eat you. Do you know what's really funny? Those stories work. As a child, I was told about Krampus and Saint Nick, and all that. Like the real stories are scary. I saw that Kravitz gauntlet down. I'm throwing it down. Even though I've been listening to him for the past like 3 or 4 days ever since he made his comment, which was not anything negative. I'm not here to malign Lenny Kravitz in any way, shape, or form. All right. I'm going to go grab a few things and figure out what we're going to sew tonight. Oh. It's quite a few things there. Whew. Okay. If anyone's still there, thank you. I forgot when I was going through everything. I forgot before So Frugal last year. Let me catch my breath because I'm out of shape. I made 6 or 7 Mimi GR11 407 coats. I made videos about them, but I feel like the beginning of 2023 is almost forgotten because I made like 13 or 14 coats between January and February. And the lining on this is amazing. It's roosters. Spoiler. But I've been going through my closet and I forgot I made half of this stuff. This is beautiful. And I put buttons on it, but I never did the buttonholes. Oops. I guess we're going to do an impromptu review. Yay. Switches you got hit with. Not me, not even ornaments. My tree is still in the box. Oh. That reminds me, there's something else I recently purchased. Oh no, it's Christmas time. I'm the same way with Butterfly. Although I pulled all my Christmas stuff out and there are just it's boxes in my living room right now. Nothing but boxes. I had sewn hanging towels to give away at Christmas to family. That's awesome, Pip. That's absolutely awesome. Oh, I gotta catch my breath. I jolted down the hallway with all that stuff. That is heavy. I still don't know how Modella Man can do it in downtown. Apparently, Butterfly, although I still have my glass pumpkin out. Thank you. Thank you. I love that rooster lining. Thank you. In January, I don't know. Well, I was going through a lot of things, but I made a bunch of coats. And that coat's quality. I need to pull that out because I've really been bonking on collars lately. And I think it's because when I am streaming, I rush. When I'm sitting here by myself, I take my sweet time. I mean, like sweet time, like island time. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Awesome. I like the hanging towels. Absolutely, absolutely. I made ones that go on the hook in the kitchen. That's awesome. I need to make some. I need to make hand towels. Oh, I think I might have towel material. I use my hanging towels all the time, and they're great to starting to wear out. And they're starting to wear out. There's certain things like there's a vest that I made. Yikes, like 15 years ago. I wore it on stream every time I streamed almost for 2 years, and it just got ratty. I miss that thing. There's people that haven't seen me in a while, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, he switched his vest." But it just got, and I kept on like every like the shoulder faded away. I replaced it. It just got ratty over time. Yes, hand towels for hands instead of tea towels or dish towels. Okay. So I have a weird question. I recently purchased this pair of pants thinking that they were something that they're not. They are not the dimensions that they say they are. I will spare you my pant size. But they're actually weirdly like kind of hobbitish. These are definitely high waters. They're either labeled wrong or cut wrong. That's probably why they were in the thrift store in the first place. But here in the House of Sewing, I let nothing go to waste. But my real question is, are these men's pants? And it doesn't matter because I'm gonna wear them anyways. but they have a button fly. And when I know the button fly, I remember the button fly, but are these men's pants? Or they're just strangely intricate to me. For men's pants are so self-explanatory, I wouldn't even need a pattern if I wanted to properly sew them, I would. But these just do not seem, they are special edition Morona, but they have the men's size on them. The problem is thrift stores, a lot of the times what happens is people don't know what they have, and so they'll just see a denim shirt not knowing if it's a men's shirt or a woman's shirt. And it doesn't matter. Like I haven't said this in years, but shout out to all the 90s moms cuz I'm wearing your denim shirts. I wear all those denim shirts cuz they're my size, you know. I do not care. But I know that if the buttons are on the left side that it's a woman's um what brand? It's Morona. But they're men's size. I'm gonna have to show what size they are, aren't they? I'm embarrassed because I've gone up a pant size. All right, I've gone up a pant size. Well, I've gone up to I've accepted my I have accepted my weight gain. And I bought a pair of pants on impulse. And I think I purchased women's pants. I'm going with Pam. I think these are women's pants, but they're my size. That's the problem. The waist size is in men's dimensions. Women's pants. I think they are. Do they have a waist size and a length on them? Do they open from the right? Well, you know I'm super left-handed, so everything opens from the left. I guess. I don't. But the problem is that they fit. And I know there are women who are my size as well. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not from outer space. These were in the men's section. I just think I bought a pair of women's jeans. And I forgot because they were on the I'm gonna do something about this pile. I'm gonna make a pair of Jenkos with them. I'm just gonna cut the sides, and make them fit. And with another pair of pants that I should have pulled out, which I will not run down the hallway, but I did that with another pair of pants, and they came out beautiful. No, they came out so beautiful. Yeah, how deep are the pockets? The pockets are deep. I can get my whole hand in there, and I have catcher's mitts for hands. Just for perspective, I have a giant face. My hands are huge. Yes, you could have been hemmed there, and that's another thing. They're really hemmed at the bottom. All it's missing is a pair of kids. All that's missing is a pair of kids. But in my defense, they were in the men's section. The real problem is that they were half off. So I only paid $2 or $3 for them, you know. Not all people look at that way the fly goes. Not all people look at the way the fly goes. When it comes to something like that, if it fits and looks good, I don't care if it's a men's or women's. I'm not like, there's no real hang up like that, you know, at least with me. Men's pockets. Yeah, they're huge. These things are huge, but they're cut so weird. These pants, men's pants, if you can fit your hand in the pocket. And the back pocket is definitely wallet size. That is fatty wallet size right there. True on the fly. I'm glad we had this consensus. I was gonna wear them regardless, but it was a real mystery to me because the second I saw the button-up fly, it made me think of the commercials from back in the day. But then I was like, wait a minute, it's the whole thing, not just one point that defines it really. You're right. I was disappointed though because they're not the dimensions they say they are. That's the problem. These are high waters. And I have not grown since junior high, so I know my dimensions well. Women wear men's clothes, so no problem. I I still think excuse me. I still think that extremely large shirt jacket I wear is a women's shirt. It's just meant for somebody who's 7'2". Moreno's woman's husky lumberjack. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not. Like I said, I wear denim all the time. I have this weird obsession with wearing denim collar shirts. Which reminds me, my chaps are still here. Good for you, chaps. Do you know, before the year is over, I made these in 2022, but I still feel like I should shout out the man onesie I made. I might put this on tonight. I'm feeling like it's that kind of show. But this is all one piece. Okay. Let me see if I can find some of this material. Like with my pink lining, I think I could finish that. And part of me doesn't even want to be traditional. I want to throw something funky on half of these shirts and just, make them real original. Where what works too is that shorts and a shirt. Yes, Waterne, that is a combination of jorts and a shirt. And I told this story before. I don't know if it was during or before COVID. This was in the Twitter sphere. This was, really inconsequential things, but people were freaking out about man onesies and men wearing rompers. And part of me was like, oh, I want one. But the other part of me was like, I could make one. So that was my attempt at a man romper. It was something more to laugh at. And I did this whole shtick where like I came out of my truck and I was like, this is all one piece. I thought I reinvented the wheel when I made that. I felt like I reinvented the wheel that day. I'm gonna find that video. I was so proud of myself when I did that. I wasn't sure if it was shorts or full trousers. I went through this hardcore phase of wearing jorts all the time. And one day Isaiah walked up to me. He's like, you need to find something something else to wear. I had my elementary school age son at the time tell me that my jean shorts were way out of style. Those rompers were quite a thing for a while. It was more funny to me, and people were freaking out and saying it was a fall of Western civilization. Brother, people were just wearing onesies. Get over it. People just wanted to wear onesies. There are men swimwear like that from the 1920s and before. See, that's what I'm saying. So there was a huge controversy. So to, put the fire out, or to add more fuel to the fire, I should say, I decided to make a video about a onesie, but I think it's like 2 years old. Let me look really quick. I will not waste too much of your time. It's back in the original days. Upcycling denim and repurposing mom's old coat. Stitching like a boxcar hobo. These are classics. The Mia Wallace upcycle. Oh. Bell bottoms are life. Do you know, when I made my bell bottoms video, that was like, okay, I like this YouTube thing. I went off. on my bell bottoms video. Oh, here we go. How to make a poncho and a denim romper. Oh, good times. So, I was and the funny thing is it's upcycling. It's not like I drafted it and made everything from scratch. I took one of my many, many denim shirts. I own many. And I took my one last pair of jorts because I no longer own a pair of jorts. And it's not even because of ridicule. It's just they're really out of style. I do miss my jean shorts though. I do. Oh man, it's that kind of show, huh? Look at that face. This is the poncho that I need to do justice by. I really need to give that some love. Okay, let me check really quick. Beautiful. I promise you I will not show you the whole video. I'm just gonna do some highlights. Oh, I thought I was such hot stuff. Where's my where's the here we go. Here we go. Oh, I thought I was such hot stuff. For the record, I am still so proud of this. And you can see the onesie, no belt, and look how beautiful my cowboy boots are. That's before I started wearing them every day. They no longer look like that. For anyone who wonders why I'm sweating so hard, it was like 103 outside that day. So I know that I look like I'm going to Jurassic Park or that I work at the Gap in 1995, but this is all one piece. This is my version of a man romper. Read 'em and weep. I love those old videos. I was trying so hard back then. I was trying so hard. Those romper. You can take a full nap under a cactus in that poncho. I love that thing. It's in here right now. I need to fix the neck of that. I was so happy for myself that I made a man romper. Those videos, you should go back and watch those old videos. I was trapped in my house. I was so bored. And you know what the funny thing is, like I always say, like I would have been doing that even if I wasn't recording myself. Those were good days. Those were good days. Read them and weep. Oh, good times. Thank you, Butterfly. Butterfly was there. That was 2 years ago, probably longer. Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, I still have my onesie romper, which I will be trying on later. The problem is I don't even know where to start, and part of me just wants to start another project. I did add lining on that one. I will spare you putting the chaps back on, even though that was amazing last week. That was 2 days ago. I went the entire stream of wearing my chaps. This is the Kente print shirt that got me sent more hate mail than anything. First it was the scarf, which I still have, but then when I made this, people were angry. You know what? I should do justice by this. You know what? I'm gonna finish the Kente print shirt. I got a ton of hate mail for that, and it'll give me good collar practice because I don't know what's happened. I haven't lost my sojo, but lately my collars, even my laying flat collars and collars like this have just been awful. But again, I'm not taking my time. So with this Kente print shirt, I'm gonna take my time and actually add a collar to it, or just finish the shirt. So the consensus is that I bought a pair of women's jeans. Yikes. And to that person who keeps on like, this is why I don't like Twitter. I like people subscribe to me, so I subscribe back because I'm not a snob. And then within 10 minutes of me, like, excuse me, subscribing back, they're instantly in my DMs. I don't think that they're women's. Okay. Okay. Why don't you come in and discuss it, Waternate? I don't know how long I'm going to be going this evening. I didn't get much sleep last night. That's why I'm extra joyous today, because I drank a pot of coffee. Because I had a lot of soccer dad duties I had to do today. And sewing those corners at high speed. You're right. You're right. For some reason lately, I'll make these immaculate things and my collars are lacking. Like tonight, I might finish the collar of that jacket I started last week. I'm gonna completely seam rip that collar off. It is not even up to my standard, and I'm a pirate. I am a real life pirate. I have sewing for dummies in my house, unironically, and that's not up to my standard. Oh, right. So first things first is I'm not going to go with an extremely exotic collar this time. I fear God. Do you know, it's one of those things, like, I look at that coat that I made 11 months ago. Collar's perfect. Collar's absolutely perfect. And I'm like, how did I, like, when you're not drying something, it just comes naturally. But when you're trying too hard, it shows. And I feel like lately I've been trying too hard because I'm doing it on stream. So that's why I'm sitting here waffling. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Because I need to start taking my time again. Back when I would make a video a week, I would make an item a week. And so I would spend a whole week making that coat. And even for all the mistakes I made, I learned things along the way, you know. Points of a collar need special attention. Pressing helps. Ooh, I do have my new to me cordless iron that's working so well. Pressing helps and does the needle placement to turning the corners in the point. That folds is almost important, and so is small expansion snips for the folds. Absolutely. Let's see what Sewing for Dummy has to say about and I know excuse me, I know what it is. A lot of it is me rushing myself because I feel like I have this weird imaginary window in my head of when I have to finish things, you know. I laughed when the second chapter is about Surgers in here. I laughed. Kicking off your sewing adventure. Oh, that's so okay. I'll find it another day. But you're so right. You are so right, Alibaba. I would use the heck out of that cordless. I've been sewing with it a lot. I've been ironing with it a lot. It started with with that military weird suit coat thing that I bought. I ironed it and I was like, I really like this cordless iron. I'm one of those people that reads the consumer reports, the complaints. I go on Amazon. I go everywhere that I can to read certain reviews. Everybody complains about this thing. It works extremely well for me. I have not had one problem with it. I even tested it to see if there were certain problems that people said that this particular iron had. For $5, I bought a cordless iron. I scored a Panasonic cordless iron. And I'm looking at it. It's had distilled water in it for a day or two. It's not leaking or anything. It's perfect. I would use the heck out of it. I love that thing. I'm going as far as collars, stiffens layers as well. That's another thing. I used to triple and double reinforce my collars. I think I need to go back to that. We need a tutorial on collars from you. Absolutely. You know, doing things over and over, it didn't make me lax, but it made me arrogant in a way. And then I started skipping steps, and now I'm like, oh, these collars are horrible. So I have to do justice by it. And I wonder if the fake Fendi is still under there. I wonder, because I need to finish the collar on that as well. Let me move this so I do not cut this cord. Oh. I think the Kente print with the black collar is going to look beautiful. I might add black cuffs on the side, even though I think I finished the cuffs on this. Did I? With these shirts, it's so 50-50. I did. I love this shirt. I make so much. I need to inventory my stuff and start rotating it because I've been wearing all my long sleeves again. I want to be able to make them first. Totally understand. I totally understand. I think sometimes you think you have to get something done for the stream, but really we don't care how fast you go. It's true. It is true. Especially like when I look at my coat, like I did very intricate things that only someone who sews would know, you know, if you have the sewing eye. Ah. I might make a standing button by hand crank first. That's awesome. Oh, I remember that Alibaba, the pre-bent helps so much. Oh, right. So I don't even need to measure for this because I know that this is more than enough material. I just need to give myself some room to work with. Let me change my angle. Awesome. Whoops. There we go. Alibaba, I need to remove the posts on a FW white case that holds the handle on. How do I get them off? Very carefully. Oh, that's so funny. I'm waiting with bating breath for Alibaba's answer. Because there's a few ways that I would do it, but I'm like I go from the school of shake, rip, and tear. Okay. Perfect. Oh, it's a featherweight. I'm not 100% sure, Butterfly. All right. I have the cheesiest song stuck in my head. And the funny thing is, it's not even the original version, it's a remake of a remake. Okay. Oh, this Kente print shines. This Kente print absolutely shines. Oh, did I knock that piece off? I think I did. And I'm wearing nothing but black, so I couldn't tell at first. All right. Okay. We have to pay attention to this because, like I said, lately I have been butchering collars and I don't even know why. Well, I kind of do, but I want to go a bit old school. How I do. I want to start on this side, but I need to give myself that initial piece that goes in, and then I cut darts, but I need that initial piece, and I need to see how big it is on the back. Perfect. I've started leaving my pincushion in a strategic place, so there's at least one that I could find. So I don't play pincushion roulette as normal. Oh, that did not catch. Perfect. Perfect. Aren't they brads? Rivets, maybe even. Like a sideways post that the handle goes through, then the handle, and move back and forth. I know a guy that has the featherweight shop, showed that once, but can't remember where. Yeah, he shows how to put on a new one, but not how to remove the old post. That drives me mentally insane in tutorials. No, I've said this a million times, but that's why in all of my videos, I show you what I'm doing first. I show you the finished product because there's many things I'm there to do, and waste your time is not one of them. That is one of my biggest pet peeves with YouTube videos, of how-to videos, is they do not cut to the chase necessarily. Sometimes I just want to know how to do the thing. There's a lot, like I watch a lot of like how to use your Mac tutorials. They get to the point because they know if you're watching those videos, you are impatient and you are about to throw your computer in the garbage. So they get straight to the point. Perfect. I'm trying to carefully pin, but I have been a bit reckless lately with my collars. And the thing is, I feel I don't want to like. The other day, I put something on and I feel like I ruined something that I made, when in all reality, I could easily take it off. But it was just that, existential crisis feeling. Perfect. Most of the time, the handle breaks off and they just need them back on. But yes, the whole meal deal type tutorial is better. It drives me crazy. I'll call them tomorrow. Just a couple I will check. That's one of the reasons when I started doing my own tutorials, I'm very specific with things because I learned from other people. It was so frustrating, especially when I first started buying certain sewing machines. I would always type in how to thread a Kenmore, blah, 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 how to thread a New Home, how to thread a Janome. And then, I'm all about being quirky and, showing your personality, but like, treat it like a mullet. business up front, party in the back. Oh, right. Oop, I completely missed that pin. Because I'm not paying attention. I'm talking about mullets. All right, let's try that again. I have Shalimar stuck in my head. Kilroy, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's okay. You are definitely in our thoughts. I know it is late on the East Coast. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, this is going to look great with the black. That's going to look beautiful. All right. So I'm going to even up these two pieces without making it into a complete crumpled mess. Beautiful. Okay, that's the back, so I don't care if it's slightly uneven. If you're looking that close, you have purchased this shirt, and I would have said all sales are final. Have a good evening. All right, I'm gonna add a few more pens. I'm still mad about that tiny Amazon vest. Not over it. Not over it one bit. But I have a few ideas, a few combos, a few things that I can do with it. I'm so mad. I am so mad. I am big feet stomping angry mad on this one. But it's my fault. Like Amazon has size for toddlers, not grown men. They at least in this particular thing that I ordered. A double XL that doesn't even come down to the top of my jeans is not even a large. All right. Let me add another pen for some integrity, which Amazon does not have. Not over it. I am not over it at all. That's okay. You win, man. One of my favorite sayings is some days you eat the bear, some days the bear eats you. And let me tell you, I got the bear kicked in my front door. Oh, that's an awesome patch. All right, remove my coffee. For most of the material that I have, for most of the things that I'm going to remake, I have the material right here. But when I got this, I didn't buy too much of the Kente print because I knew exactly what I was going to make. And the funny thing is, I really do not see this print in too many places. And I got this at Hobby Lobby. Of all places, Hobby Lobby had the Kente print. But, you know, they're blind capitalists like everyone else. All right. I'm glad I checked the bobbin because there was nothing. There was nothing in the bobbin. Awesome. You are missed. Absolutely, Kilroy. I can't find much, but I thought I saw a video somewhere. I do that all the time. All the time. Should I go black and yellow? There is yellow in this. And I've been dying to use this yellow bobbin thread. Oh. All right. It's been sitting here and I need to use it. I really overestimated when I made my Cab Calloway coat of how many bobbins I needed. But things do not go to waste around here. Perfect. Perfect. Make sure nothing's... Oh! That's not stuck on. All right. Give me a quick second. I love it when they come loose like that. Perfect. You know, one day I'm going to be flicking this button like, why isn't this thing working? It's not plugged in. That is a new tradition. I do that about once a week now where I'm like, why isn't this working? The butterfly's fluttering out of the house is sewing. Have a great night, butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by. That was a great memory when I looked at the onesie because you were one of the first comments. So that was 2 years ago. Still going strong after 2 years. And I thank you. Awesome. Have a great night, butterfly. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 53 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow, how I want to know how my Alexa got turned down. It's not as blaring. It's not blaring. And sometimes I think I have hearing problems, so I needed to be extra loud. I'm kidding. I have sentinel hearing. There we go. Let me move this over here for convenience because I keep on like way overreaching. Okay, no bunching. No bunching. Perfect transition. No bunching. Perfect. That pen is not going to cooperate. Awesome. Yay. Have a great night, butterfly. Awesome. Yay. 2 years. Yeah. It doesn't even feel like it. It doesn't. And it's probably longer if I really looked at it. I want to know why you haven't turned it back up. I have. And see, that's the thing. I've turned it up quite a few times back to where it's deafening and it goes back to where it is just kind of whispering. In this house, like, you got to be loud. In my house, you have to speak up for yourself. So the Alexa, I don't know why it got quiet all of a sudden. It's probably some weird default or something I didn't do, or it's old. Because my Alexa is about as old as that onesie. Okay. Okay, why? Oh, okay, I know why. Perfect. I love it when I answer my own questions. Oh. Almost overstepped. Beautiful. Now I can pull my pins and go around one more time. Perfect. See, once I have the foundation down, I can let the fabric fly. And once I take the pins out, I can really let it fly. Just got to get that angle. Do you know how disappointed people would be if I started an OnlyFans and it was just me reading? I would get the worst reviews. They would be like, "Get that sewing guy off! False advertising." Don't you know this is only for debauchery? Oh, sewing fans. I should read my Sewing for Dummies book. All right, let me check the neck. All right. So if you hear any ripping, that is my giant skull going through this shirt. Let me switch. I have to look and see when I made this. I made this a while ago. All right. Today has been another crazy. Oh, I got to take some layers off for this one. Okay. All right. I had to remember what shirt I was trying on. All right, we'll see if I am still the same size as I was when I made this. Oh, 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 suck it in, sewing. Oh, okay. Still fits like a glove. I don't know how I'm going to take this thing off. No, it fits perfect. The neck looks great. Oh, let me put my vest on. It passes the cuff test. Beautiful. Oh, and this is lined. This is nice and warm. I got this from Hobby Lobby, so it's more of a quality material. It's nice and thick, but I love this shirt. All right. Do you know, today has been a busy day. I've released a short, a video. Oh. Give me one quick second. Ta-da! All right. Oh, all right. Yay, no bunching is right. That's what my new thing is. Like I don't know what happened. And I'm not gonna say sojo because everybody says that, but something happened. and my collars and everything. I think it's just from rushing because I know what I'm doing. It's just a matter of doing it properly. All right. Oh, this shirt's perfect. And it's got that Star Trek collar too. I made it extra big too. Oh, that's perfect. I love it. I love this shirt. I want to get the Davis vertical feed to help with collars and cuffs. The feed on the vertical foot, not the feed dogs. I definitely would love something like that. I can see why people dedicate certain things to like one machine, like buttonholes, certain things like that, because it is a chore. After a while, it does become a chore, especially if you do it over and over. Ugh. I constantly talk about you can instantly see on my blue coat, it is almost completely finished. I just didn't put buttonholes on it. It is not something that I like to do. It's not necessarily something that I love to do. Um, so I get it. Oh, after making my year in review, it kind of made me realize that I sew more than the average person. There are pieces here that I need to find. I have been making basically a shirt or something or a sweatshirt 2 to 3 items a week for the past like 9 months. I've made quite a few things. That's why my video is part 1 because I haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg of everything that I've made. And I didn't want to just throw a 2-hour movie on everybody without fair warning. I've only seen one, but the 1879, 1883 IF. Excuse me. The improved family central bob and wheel feed for collars and cuffs. When I clear everything off and finally get that thing going, one of the reasons why I haven't necessarily got my blind stitcher going is because of the amount of power, and B, that thing is a very specific machine. It's for making the insides of pockets. But I will definitely bust that thing out very, very soon. It's an actual really cool machine, but it's just meant for one thing on an industrial scale. And the funny thing is that machine, it says, what does my blind stitcher say? It says the United States Blind Stitching Machine Corp, made in Japan. That is definitely a clone machine. Definitely. I'm waiting for Alibaba to correct me if I'm wrong on that. Blind stitchers are good for hems and such too. They're nice. They are nice blind stitchers. One of the reasons when I purchased that thing, part of it was just the collector in me was like, you know what? Like I really want one of these things. But now that I actually have it going, it's a beast of a machine. It's probably one of the most industrial things I have in here. Well, as far as sewing machines go. Let me check my notes. So there has to be a Touch and Sew Appreciation Society. If not, I think I'm going to start it right here, right now. There has to be some governing body somewhere of a bunch of people that wear blazers, stand in smoky rooms with wallpaper, and have nefarious plans about touching so's. I can get a singer nine SS Blind Stitch, the most industrial singer for canvas bags, but not get fine needles too. I think there is a singer fan club. Okay, but is there a touch and sew fan club? I know there's not because I see them everywhere, and I have to laugh because the last touch and sew I recently purchased, you saw in my community tab. I was like, you know what? I am not going to purchase this. I came back a week later and bought. I'm sure there is somebody besides me that owns more touch and sews than I do. That's not Fred Sanford. There has to be somebody. For sure. There are many members. So what you're saying is I'm not just a client, I'm the president. I can ask. Because I know there's people that only preserve featherweights or they only go after 1950s machines. I actually know someone who's a zealot who, for some reason, they cannot stop buying 1950 machines. But, I've never heard anyone be like, hey, keep an eye out for a touch and sew. And in all the groups I'm in and all the message boards, every once in a while, someone's like, keep an eye out for this or this. No one has ever been like, hey, is there a 1967 touch and sew available? There is a guy that has a room full of. He's in the Ionian Nebula right now. Oh, that's funny. I do have the touch and sew commercials stuck in my head. Oh, should I revise my my onesie? I don't know if I should or not. Do you know that's something that I made that's not practical. When I made the man romper, it's not practical, but should I should I revise it? Oh. Doing the year in review really, really made me go through all the things that I've been making. I forgot about that weird cavalry coat that I made, but this is glorious. This is back when I didn't know a full onesie. You think I should make a full onesie? I should make a full denim onesie. Oh, the Jets came back. Come on, Kings. Oh, I can't watch that. But this is all one piece. Let me see my stitching on the inside before I show you because some of it is horrible. Oh, that's not that bad. I only had a little bit of bunching right here, but that's actually really clean on the inside. Some of my projects I look and I'm like, oh, it looks good on the outside. I don't know. I might bring this back. Or I should make another one. Like workshop overalls, but see, that's the thing. What is the difference between a romper and coveralls and overalls? I wear overalls at my job. I wear coveralls at my job. Nobody would ever be caught like with $1 million in their hand wearing a onesie. But where is that line? Is it practicality? Is it size, length? What is it that makes a onesie is it the fact that it's covering your shoes? Because I have coveralls that have booties in them that are more like hazmat. I have hazmat suits that have booties in them. What makes a onesie? Is a hazmat suit a onesie? I have so many questions now. I have a box of 3M hazmat suits, and they're fully covered. They basically cover everything except for your face because you're supposed to have the 3M mask over it. Built on foot covering. Maybe. It's just one of those strange questions like what makes a onesie? What. Whoa, wrong button. Whoa, wrong button. Whoops. Onesies should be just one piece, covers all. Okay, but that goes back to the coverall controversy. Coveralls form to be one piece, I think it's more phrasing at that point. I mean, covers all the types. True. I have this conversation at my job with people that like they'll say something like, "Oh, this and this is manly," and I'll remind them that they're wearing a onesie. Coveralls with the sleeves are basically a giant onesie. And so what's that? Where's the cutoff? Why, hello.
Hello.
How are you
I'm
doing?
here to weigh in on the onesie versus coverall
Why,
controversy.
hello.
Oops. Pardon me.
No,
There
it's
we go.
okay. I still get creeped up by the sound of my own voice. It's
I
weird.
always forget to turn it off so that I can have it muted but still type comments.
Because I wear coveralls a lot of the time, but I learned from my predecessor. Like I asked him one day, "Why do you wear coveralls all the time?" And he's like, "Because I'm legally required to wear clothes." So where's that? Like I like now looking at my denim onesie, I actually like it. Well, it's my romper.
I think that a romper is short and well, unless it's a woman's dress romper, that's a different thing. And then overalls have the little bib thing. Coveralls are meant to go over other clothes.
True.
And then I think generally a onesie, doesn't that often have like
Feet
and stuff like Alibaba was saying?
But like I was saying, in my house, I have a box of 3M hazmat suits.
Those
And
would be sorry.
They have full booties and gloves.
I mean, those are like industrial coveralls as opposed to work coveralls.
As someone who as pedantic as you are, you would not consider that a onesie?
Well, I mean, I think kind of like Alibaba was saying, a onesie is like, it's kind of like all breaks or fractures, but not all fractures or breaks.
I get it. Oh, I'm remembering when Hans was little, he discovered the box and he came running down the hallway in this suit, and it was too big for him. Aw.
I had a boyfriend back in the day who just wanted some back flap pajamas. So we managed to find him some with in like red and green plaid and the little back flap for him. He was a character.
Now that's something I think I'm gonna make. I need to write that down. That's awesome. I could make that.
Flannel black flat pajamas.
Now that you're here in person and not just in the chat. So you think these are just overambitious pants? I just wanted cool pants and it became a thing.
I think that they're men's because women's would go in a little bit more in the waist and they wouldn't have massive pockets and
the thing
like
is sorry they have that Karachi style cut, very abrupt cut at the bottom.
Well, I mean, that was a thing for men around the same time as those men's rompers.
The rompers, though, the rompers, I made that during the pandemic because I was sitting at home living off of Twitter and, like, you know, on Facebook and living on YouTube, like walking around my house like this, like with my phone in my face. I want one of those flannel. You know what? Do I have any flannel material? Maybe in Stuart plaid. You know, I need to go buy more of this kente print. I
I
think
thought I had my shirt on backwards. Sorry.
no, that's a thing. Trust me. I thought I had everything together in my life, and last week I looked in the mirror. I was feeling cocky. I looked in the mirror and I could see the tag right here, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm not as far ahead as I thought I was. So no judgment here. I think I have the scarf in here. Oh, I think, or did I move it? Oh, I think I moved it. So, anything interesting happened today? I want to find that giant vest I was talking about too.
Well, I thought I had stuff going on, and things ended up getting mixed around. So
It happened a while ago. Back to my vest controversy. A while ago, I went to a place called Didi's Discounts. I had never heard of one or walked into one. It's by a thrift store that I go to all the time. But I'm one of those people where, like, I looked up one day and I'm like, oh, that place has Didi's Discounts. I probably have been driving past it for 2 or 3 years. I just was so focused on going to the thrift store. But I bought a vest that was triple XL and it's down to my knees almost.
Yeah, well, that's how a triple XL should be.
But the double that I recently purchased is up to my belly button. It looks like I have an idea because I had a really small, you're roboting.
My hair clip is pulling. The whole world's ending. Goodness. All right. I will log in or log out and log back in. Now
Okay.
my hair is crazy.
It was huge, Alibaba, but I had plans for it. I had all these like nefarious plans for it. And some sizes run small. So I washed it and it was still tiny. It's huge. I'm gonna find it. It is. I thought it was in this room, but I've been cleaning and moving around a lot of things because I'm condensing, I'm getting rid of things, I'm donating anything I can because it's it's that time of year. And I own like 30, 40, 50 sweatshirts. I donated all of them. And I found that huge vest. It's somewhere around here. What converts into a small portable tent? That's basically what it is. Oh man. And see, that's the gamble when you buy something. Like I thought that vest was going to be a double XL, and on me, a double XL is large. This vest is probably a large. That's the problem with ordering through Amazon. You never know. And I've seen people say some horrible things lately. It has nothing to do with anything else than you need to check the sizing of the company that you're going with, It does convert to a portable tent. I'm definitely going to go buy miles more of this kente print. Hi.
Oh,
You had to make sure that you weren't like this.
Well, it looks better in the mirror. I mean, I tried to make sure I wasn't like this, but apparently the camera's just not my hair's friend today. So,
Oh, your hair looks amazing.
oh, thank you.
I'm
Oh,
talking about
yeah,
the other angle.
yeah, that angle is that's not fit for anybody.
I sit way back. My computer is it's away from, it's not within arm's reach. Let's just put it that way. I literally have to stand up to type on it.
Let's see. Yeah, about 8 more inches to my fingertips.
Oh, that makes me so mad. I had all that stuff right here, and I don't know if you heard, but I don't like virtue signaling on the internet. I wish Kilroy was here to slam me. But I do donate a lot of stuff.
Oh, we found a new one.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
what the heck? How does a halo make hearts? I mean, I was trying to make a halo, but
you're making the heart sound. Oh, we've gotten super cheesy here in the house of sewing. Oh, you have discovered all the cool ones. Oh, it's not as hardcore. It's not as hardcore without the eagle. It's not as hardcore without the eagle in this room. Boo! Without the eagle. Rainstorms. Oh, come on.
So I guess you have to have the heart like, oh, I mean, we tried this before and it didn't work.
Yeah, but you just discovered this is twice now. That's you discovered. That's why you get the big bucks here in the house of sewing. Here, you're driving. You're driving.
Okay. Oh, no, do it the other way. That way I can look at you and be somewhat near the camera at the same time. All right. So before I discovered floating hearts, what were you saying?
I can't remember now because Skids, you know what? I'm gonna find out where you live and I'm gonna drive by with that eagle head. I'm gonna find out a way to strap that thing to it on a bike too. I'm gonna come flying by with that eagle head. I'm gonna go on the eagle tour to Northern California.
Well, okay, since you can't have the eagle looking from the back, how about the owl judging you?
I like that. I have an owl cup as well, but it's just a bunch of owls on trees and their eyes are huge. Oh, because I'm a coffee hound.
Alibaba says I'm burping hearts, so.
You discovered something. Bread and circuses, I tell you. Apple has a million problems, but we have hearts.
Are you sure that's not StreamYard?
No, and I'm telling you, you have an Apple device.
I do.
So you did the latest update?
Yeah.
Then it's the Apple device.
I don't know.
I don't think if somebody came in here with like a PC. I saw this meme and made me laugh. I think I told you about it. It said hell. Okay, like someone went to hell and it said hell for Apple users, and the devil hands a PC to the person. And then it cuts the other thing and it says hell for PC users, and then the devil hands a PC to the person. And I only know that because I don't know the operating system. It's not even a jab. I just learned on an Apple. Do you know what's so funny? I think foam noodles can save the world. Let's talk about it. I think swimming noodles could save the planet. We should get the world leaders in there. I don't even know what to call. What do you call him? Karate guy, boxing guy? He's a MMA teacher. I call him a teacher because I'm old and it upsets my son.
Martial arts instructor.
He throws 4 noodles down and the kids run and they go at it. I feel like there's something to be had there. And then today, because we're live on YouTube, I'm not going to say the young man's name, but where I work is the end of my town. They filmed Sons of Anarchy there. They filmed a ton of stuff. They filmed some show called Sons of Tucson. They filmed what's that one show? With that, he was actually really nice in real life. The Mentalist.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Simon Baker.
Nice. No, I've seen all of his movies. He's so nice he couldn't say the S word if he had a mouthful. But this guy was like, I got to pull rank. You know the dude bros. The people that wear their hats like this, and they're like, hey man, in 1985, I was there, bro, and this and that. And this guy mentioned something, and you know what? My ex-wife goes there as well. She turned around and she's like, uh-oh, and she walked away because he was claiming an event that that I was there and it was on the ranch. And he wasn't like misclaiming or anything. It wasn't anything bad, but he was trying to pull rank, and he was like, yeah, I know this guy, and he was talking about me. But it's the legend of what they see and not the person that they know in front of them. Oh, you're completely frozen.
Am I?
Yes.
I'm not plugged in. I've refreshed.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You look extremely intrigued in this conversation.
Say
But
it so. What?
it just made me laugh because I forgot about that world of dude, bro. I'm not there. Okay. Now you have the perplexed face. I'm not here. Like I literally stay at home and make sure my son is passing all his classes. I go to work. I don't claim to be a tough guy, but all they see is a dude on a bike with a helmet going up the canyon at 90 miles an hour. Not knowing I've been going up that canyon at 90 my entire life. I wouldn't I wouldn't even go 50 in any other canyon. But it made me laugh. And I think because they've never seen me in my cowboy hat, and I came with my cowboy hat today because I had some cowboy and stuff to do. And they were like, "Oh, you do cowboy stuff?" And I said my line. I was like, "You ever shoot a horse?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Then you're not a cowboy." It's true though. It's true. I know people that are 5'2", 5'3", they're the perfect cowboys. AKA jockey.
Oh yeah.
No, I know someone that used to professionally ride horses. They own horses now.
Yeah, that would be awful to have to put a horse down. On that note, bye. No, I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay. To anyone watching, the end of the year streams get kind of like, it's like at the end of the school year when your teacher comes rolling in with the VCR and that big TV and you know you're about to watch Ricky Tikki Tavi. That's what a lot of the end of the year streams are. I'm reviewing, remembering, and kind of commiserating over all the mistakes I've made this year. This has been an awesome year. I know it's not over. I know we still have a few weeks. We haven't even hit Christmas yet, but I'm actually being really I'm looking back because this was a successful year here in the House of Sewing.
I swear that camera angle was designed by a horny 21-year-old
who asked his 14-year-old cousin to program it for him.
Seriously.
On certain things, I have to ask my son for certain things. I'm like, hey, I need you to teach me how to use my computer. It's funny how on the updates everything changes. I don't like it because I'm a creature of habit.
I wish they would let you know ahead of time, or like when you sign in, they can say, "Oh, by the way, check out our new camera angles. Do you want this one that makes you look like a porn star, or do you want your regular one?"
And I'm not anti Rumble. I have a Rumble channel. I just haven't added to it lately because I've been throwing I've been throwing everything at my YouTube channel. But I did the update. I woke up and I had the Rumble app. I was signed in and everything. That was my face.
Goodness.
The face you just made. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't even sign up for this. Because every time lately I go on Rumble, they make me sign in because it's been a while. And like I hit the thing and my account was right there.
I don't think that they can do that.
It did it. I didn't consent to anything because I saw a tweet from Phoenix saying like, "Oh, I hope all the Apple people enjoyed their update." So I looked at my phone because I hit update and walk away, and because I watch YouTube and get texts and get told where to drop my child off and get told what to do on my phone. And there it was. It was the Rumble app.
Check
I will show you. Look, it is right there. And yes, that's a Stargate. I live in the past. That's the scene when Teal'c and Jack O'Neill are golfing in the Stargate on the episode when they're doing the time loop over and over and over, and they're the only two that know it. Great episode.
This is asking if I want to download it.
Mine showed up.
It didn't put it on my phone.
They update too much. It's starting to bother me, really. Because on my I have an old Apple desktop, and it cannot take the constant updates.
Excuse me. I think part of it is that they're always having to do antivirus stuff.
There was a major hack like a month and a half ago. There was something else, and then the normal people like me who complain like, "Why did you change anything?" It's been this week already has been crazy, and it's only Wednesday.
I cut my foot today.
Yikes.
I went to put some salts in a bath, and I had them in a glass dish. And after I put them in the bath, I saw that the dish was cracked, and I thought it was just cracked. Only as I was getting out of the bath, I'm like, "Oh, that is some sharp salt. That really hurt." And I'm like, "Oh no, that's not salt. That's glass, and now my foot's bleeding."
Yikes. Glass is deceptively sharp, especially like old glass. I had to stop buying old vases. I know. Shocker. I buy things from the thrift store.
What? I never do that.
Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit.
I feel like I live in a bizarro world where that thing's not screaming at me.
Well, surely there's a happy medium. It was ouch. I have a Band-Aid on. I was gingerly walking around the house.
What's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit.
Better. Alexa. Oh my gosh. What's the score in the Los Angeles Kings game right now?
With 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the third period, the Los Angeles Kings are losing to the Winnipeg Jets 4-2.
The Jets! Anyways. Okay, the sports desk is crying at this point. Back to you, Waternet.
But how are we doing with curling?
Do you know what's really funny? I'm subscribed to USA and Canada curling. Do you really want to know? I can tell you for real. They have 4 and 5 hour long live streams. They're so peaceful. I can't believe I just admitted how much of a geek I am. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Canada and Team USA, both of them, and I watch them both. And when their live streams come, I'm like, heck yeah, Canada's got a new live stream.
I saw the finals for some dart tournament. This thing was in a full on stadium, stadium in the round, and it was packed, and the audience was cheering, and there were lights, and it was the most enthusiastic thing.
Do you know
for
I've
darts.
been watching Australian rules football since I was a kid, and I still don't know what's going on. It is
One
on
day
every
you'll have
Saturday. It is on every Saturday. I have no idea what's going on.
One day you'll have to watch a tutorial.
I should. It looks intense. And rugby too. Rugby, I watch it all the time, especially in Australia, because they broadcast. I have really odd channels because I pay so that I can watch Canadian hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So I get really weird sports. Like I know all about cricket in the West Indies because of the off channels I have. That's another sport where I watch it and I couldn't tell you about it.
There's a book that I really like. It's called Escape from Kathmandu. And it's 4 short stories that are connected, 2 from one guy's perspective and then 2 from the other guy's perspective. But there's a scene where the guy is playing Trivial Pursuit, but he's playing the British version, and he gets a question about cricket, and the Brits are just taunting him about this whole sticky wicket, and he's like, I don't know what it is.
You know, it's really funny because when I watch surfing competitions, I know all the lingo. I know everything they're saying. There's moves in surfing. It's not just standing on the board, but the average person wouldn't know that. So if you don't know what you're looking at, it's just a bunch of people in uniforms doing stuff.
Uh-huh. I watched rugby once, and it was hilarious because it was like a cross between grappling and football. I had no idea what was going on, but I was highly entertained.
They have amazing jerseys though. Like in the Wu-Tang Clan world, wearing a polo rugby is showing that you got money because those things are expensive.
Okay.
Wearing you've heard of the rugby design, right? Like there's a whole cut called the rugby. It's like basically the jersey with the long sleeves and the collar. We can take it back to clothing. No, but there's an actual cut, like a rugby cut.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the store, The Structure?
Yes.
I went through a phase for almost a year and a half of where I would only wear Structure. I looked so good.
You looked what?
I looked so good. Structure was classy.
It was.
I was in a high school and I would come wearing full collar with the shirt, full Structure outfit.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, did you get them 2 sizes too big?
No, I was a full blown yuppie until I moved to Hollywood. I dressed like one.
All right.
I reflected my area. If it was 1989 instead of 1999, I would have been wearing a sweater over my shirt, rocking the sweater in the convertible with a tennis racket.
Oh my goodness.
The villain in every 80s movie with the convertible. The guy who took your girlfriend in every 80s movie.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that takes me back. That reminds me. Before I leave this planet, I am going to buy a 1991 Vanilla Ice white Mustang with the roll bar because I was of a certain age and Vanilla Ice came out with this movie called Cool as Ice. I want the motorcycle that's in that movie.
Okay. I don't know what motorcycle's in that movie.
It's more of a, I don't even know how to say it properly. It's like a Ninja or a Kawasaki. Let's look it up. I thought that he was so cool when I was a kid. I'm of that age. I can admit it.
I think that he's become such like almost a parody of the time. People forget how popular he was when he first came out.
Cool as Ice, 1991. Don't age me. Oh, we have to look at pictures. 1991. I know that Mustang, but not the bike. I have to look up. I'm going to look up the bike right now. But the Mustang from the video, at least on my side of town, he did more for Ford than Ford could have ever done that year. He sold more Mustangs.
The white 5.0.
Thank you. Rolling in my 5.0. With the windows down and driving kind of slow. Oh no! Booming, coming at ya. You have back in the day, I used to say Audi 5000. I would say Pace. Like, you know what? My parents put up with a lot. Oh, I wanted to be those. I used to talk like I cut my hair like Bobby Brown. I had man, you could have landed a 747 on my flat top. That thing had a landing strip. Oh, Naomi Campbell was in Cool as Ice. I want to see images though. Oh, come on. Look at that. Oh, you can't see because what's his face has changed. They used to show you the whole. There it is. There's the bike. Oh, you can't see it. A friend of mine, we watched it in the theaters and then we rented it, kids, at a VHS. We rented it and we watched it every weekend for like 6 months to where our parents were like, you need to get help. I need to know what bike that is now. I'm old enough where I could probably get one. Oh, come on. Look at that USA jacket. Oh, it's fun to look back and see how lame you were. It's fun. It's fun. I want that bike now. And it was yellow. That's so funny. Somebody's selling a purple motorcycle by my house. And I drove by slow. And Isaiah was like, keep driving. I was like, but it's purple. He's like, you officially have no. You're going to sleep on that? Like, where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put it? I really
well, if you got rid of some touch and so.
I can't put a bike in a closet. I also weirdly am obsessed with that 1980s singer body. I don't know why. I own 20 or 30 of them. Okay, I had to see Vanilla Ice's motorcycle. I want that. Yay. Yay, welcome back. Do you know, it took me a minute to figure out what that was. Do you think like we live in this really weird time where we're just old enough to be able to look back at the nostalgia and do something about it? Do you think it's more of the condition of the age we were and less of the time? Because the times, nothing has changed. It's just we have, you know? Do you think it's more of a condition of those were just good times?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Like we look back, like I look back to 1991 with nostalgia because I was wearing bright colors, doing the hammer dance. But I didn't have any hardship in 1991, so I look back like it was the happy days.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody else was going through something else back in 1991, they would be like, "Oh, that was the worst time ever." But I was doing the hammer dance in front of my television.
I
You
think
know,
that for a lot of people, unless you had, like, you were an unfortunate victim of bullying or something like that, I think a lot of people look back on their high school and college days with a lot of nostalgia because it's, you had memories that were formed, you were going out with your friends, and it was kind of a carefree time where you started to have some freedom, but you didn't necessarily have a lot of like grown up responsibilities and
like um I saw this thing where Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff came out at some festival, and I was like, oh, they were singing "Parents Don't Understand," and they're in their 50s, and I was like, they still don't understand. I almost started crying. I almost started crying because I was there when it came out, though. Like, and people don't even know that DJ Jazzy Jeff is a world famous DJ. Like, he is known around. He has like 20 or 30 albums. He's known around the world as a world famous, like an actual DJ. Oh, do you know a Ninja is the one bike because I grew up around tough guys. I would ride a Ninja. People would point at me. I don't care. I would ride one. And I would I don't have hair, but I'd wear the hat like Vanilla Ice. I can't believe I admitted that live on YouTube. Yeah.
Did you wear a hat like Vanilla Ice?
No, the fact that I watched Cool as Ice as a kid. Because people, they look back at the movie Juice because Tupac was in it, and everybody talks about Juice, and I'm like, y'all don't remember Third Base. Like there was all kinds of cheesy stuff going on at that time. That was, like it was a whole different era. That's why those movies were so hardcore, because everything was kind of mainstream and cheesy, Now I have Pop Pop Goes the Weasel, the Weasel. I heard it on the radio and it took me back to the 90s. Because I listened to the oldies hip hop station in my car. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. And there are certain songs, because they play the same songs over and over and over. But they played that song and I'm like, oh, you guys are taking me back. Like, I remember when it came out. I will spare you the year and how old I was.
I'm older than you are, so.
But I know, but it's for some reason I think it's because I grew up around my mom just as much as my father. I don't like admitting my age. Do you know, it wasn't until I was in my 30s did I know my mother's age.
What?
She never told me. Not one time ever. And
That's
then
weird.
I looked at my birth certificate. Because that document tells the truth.
I find that strange when people are like so cagey about something like their birthday, like how old they are.
My grandmother was the same way. She was the real life. Well, we called her Jaja.
Yeah, she was from that era of, you never ask a lady her age.
Ever. They were almost Victorian. At least my grandmother, she acted like it, Oh, now I have that song stuck in my head. Pop, pop goes the weasel, the weasel. I'm not going to go too long tonight because I got absolutely no sleep. And the fast speech that you hear right now is the espresso that I've been sitting here sipping. I had to make it to MMA class,
Yeah.
I'll be back at it on Saturday, Alibaba. I'm gonna be streaming a little bit early. I know my later streams. I know my later time isn't nice to the people on the East Coast. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here, though.
Have a good night. Nice chatting with you.
Yay. Do you know, for a long time, I always read that as all because I'm not wearing my glasses.
Hold on. Wait, where's my card here?
Oh, that is a script.
That's
We
what
are
it
reading
is.
up.
Your glasses look good on you, William.
Who's on first?
Okay.
What's on second? We're going full vaudeville on that one. We're going old school. Have a great night, Alibaba. I have been wearing them at night though because I don't know if you know this, people can't drive. So today I took my glasses off in the parking lot and I parked. And then I was reading my book and I was like, why is no one parked next to me? I was on the line. Like on the line where nobody, I was that guy because I took my glasses off.
Oh no.
And like because of the side of the wrong line I was on, it was because of my stigmatism.
Oh,
Like you like I can tell, like, oh my gosh, my glasses are there for a reason.
Were people giving you stink eye in the parking lot? No, look at that jerk. Thinks he needs 2 parking spaces.
No, and the kids were all extremely polite, and like there's this one mom, she was pulling out, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm a bad driver. And the kid's like, it's okay. And she's like, you do not speak for me. And she's like, I'm a bad driver too. So at least we were all honest. We were all honest at the MMA class. No, they're really nice. They're really nice. You know, there's that tough guy posturing thing that happened, but like my cowboy hat really like it shocks people that I do cowboy stuff, you know. So people try to come at me for my cowboy hat, and I'm like, oh, can you shoe a horse?
Can you?
I do.
Okay.
regularly.
So
I don't show off the stuff in my job because of FICA, because we have people from my job there and they have the right to live their life without being put on the tube, and it's also a fireable offense, so I can't be a hypocrite. I could. People ask me all the time why I'm not, but like, you know, you have to be the example.
That's right.
And honestly, my pops was like a pirate. He was a real life pirate, and he kept it at home. He flew his flag at home. So I'm just following suit, you know.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
You know the little, like, the backup cameras and stuff in your car?
Yes.
When you go to, you know, back out of your driveway or something like that, parking space, do you use the backup camera, or you just turn around and look out of the back window?
If there was a way that I could either put hockey or disconnect that thing on there, I would. They are annoyed at me where I'm like, hey, can I get ESPN on this thing? Like, how much money do I have to pay? They don't think it's funny. I'm going to remove that screen and get a screen that get satellite in my car. No, I'm old. I do this. And then I do this. Oh, I don't want to knock my coffee over. I do this in my truck because the wheel's huge. I do this because I'm short. I have to peek over if my son's in the car. Got to look over him. No. It's but it's different. Like my Flex, it doesn't have a camera, but it has chimes.
Goodness.
That's cool. I use it. That's cool. I like that. It goes beep 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 depending on thank you, Joy. Thank you. Depending on how close I get. But the annoying thing is the beeps. Sometimes I'll go by it and I'm 4 feet away from the object. So I have to get back in my car and back up more, you know.
Yeah, the beeps are a little sensitive, I think.
The one thing I like the beeps for are major events when people are just idiotically walking around my car because I am jumpy. Get out of the I'm from LA. Don't walk behind my car. Like I should have a big sign that says people from Los Angeles are bad drivers. Like, don't walk behind my car. So I like the beeps.
I went to I got in my car and the neighbor kids were out, and I realized that they were like joking around, hiding behind the back of my car,
Oh,
like, like people
yeah.
do kind of thing. So I like
Oh,
turned the I turned the vehicle off. I got out. I'm like, okay, I know you're just playing, but don't hide behind the back of the car. And because I said, I would hate to squish you. And you could see like the gears turning in their heads, or they're like, oh, we almost got run over.
you are so nice. I would have taught them a life lesson. I would have scarred them. I'd be like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Oh no. My son, people all the time, they're like, oh, he has such etiquette. He looks both ways. There's a reason why.
Oh, God. Can you imagine like running over one of the neighbors? That would be awful. Oh, goodness.
There was a neighbor of mine who was going through chemotherapy and she almost hit my son, and my other neighbor saved Isaiah's life. She
Oh,
ran in front of the car and grabbed him.
oh,
I was 7 feet away. She was 2 feet away. And this woman who lives on the other block was on the wrong street, and she saved my son's life.
wow.
Oh yeah. And I mean, like, and we followed her to her house and we found out that no one was there to drive her to her chemo. So she drove home after chemo.
Oh, dear.
So she got a pass. She got a pass. It's actually someone I've known my entire life. It was weird. It was a weird situation. But she's kind of become the kooky. Like, it's weird. Not everybody ages gracefully. There's been a few people that have not necessarily. I'm not going to. That's a promise. It's not even it's not a premonition or a threat. That's a promise. I'm not going to age gracefully. I have Shalimar stuck in my head. But yeah, and the funny thing is, she's one of those people where her cancer came back, so she was on chemo like another 5 or 6 years later, but I still see her walking around, her and her husband, so she's still going.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy times.
Cancer. It's a lot.
I've had too much. Have you ever reached that point of your day where you're like, okay, I think I've officially had a pot and a half of coffee today.
Wow.
I've refilled this 3 times to the brim.
That's a lot.
Excuse me, I was tired. I had stuff to do.
Is it working for you?
They require. I had to drop off some paperwork. I showed up with this face. There you go. Goodbye. The problem is like something happens at 12:15 at night. I don't know what it is. I wake up. It's like it might as well be 12:15 in the afternoon.
All that coffee finally kicks in.
While I'm drooping all day. Just I don't know what it is. I don't says the guy who drinks a pot and a half of coffee. I don't know why I'm up.
I don't understand why I'm awake. All right. I have to unplug my footstool. It's a little too toasty on my feet.
But my legs are amazing because I go on my exercise bike at 2:30 in the morning.
I saw a video. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, please, I'm a rambler.
I saw a video that was talking about like how to make sure you mentally unwind for the day so that you're like, like how to, wear yourself out physically and make you like unwind so that you feel like you were accomplished with the things that you needed to do, and now your mind has a chance to calm down and rest, and then you're like ready to sleep when it's time to sleep. I don't know. I can send it to you if that's of any interest whatsoever. I think they might have something to say about the pot of coffee though, and a half.
Yeah, exactly. You would laugh at me. Like I'm the guy literally like I can't sleep. I get out of bed and start cutting patterns at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh goodness.
And I'm watching like Channel 5 News because they start at 4:00 in the morning in LA if anyone is an insomniac.
The last thing I need when I first wake up is the news. Oh my goodness.
And the funny thing is, it's so funny you would say that. They have nothing but the awful stories from 4 till about 6 in the morning. And then they start doing their entertainment because our Channel 5 is still locally it's independently owned and operated. So they have their morning show. But from 4 to 6, they're just talking like this, and then all of a sudden at 6:00 in the morning, they're like, "Hey, the coffee's kicking in." It's the strangest. But I know a bunch of welders, pipe fitters. I know people that are in the rebar union where all day long, all they do is lay metal. They're the people watching the news at 4:00 in the morning because they're getting ready to go to work, and they're not the most excitable people on earth.
I mean, I'm sure that they had a lot of studies and polls and feedback and whatnot. Well, okay, maybe I take that back because a lot of times the stations get feedback and they don't care what the people want. But,
at all.
So I don't know.
It's the strangest thing because and it's funny because when I leave, the news is all angry, and then when I come back like 5 or 6 hours later, they're literally with their blazers off outside on the patio eating hot dogs and talking about some festival that's going on this weekend, like literally it's the craziest thing. And Alibaba has said something on Alibaba, they made a comment about how at the swap meet they're like, oh man, all those vendors they're just like, they're not even thinking about rain. It rarely rains here, and it's not just a song. like the weather we've had in the past 5 years is kind of like extremely unseasonable.
Well, we did have a couple really wet winters, but we're supposed to have an El Nino this year.
They said that last year, and it never
a lot of rain.
But it never rains in Southern California. Tony. I'm sorry, it's either Raphael Sadiq or Tony. I can't remember. But it's a great song. It never rains in Southern California. They said that last year. Did they not say last year that there was going to be an El Nino that never showed up?
No, that's this year coming. We're trying. It's supposed to be coming this year.
I have a bunch of snow pants. I have my Columbia jacket, a bunch of undershirts, my truck.
You're ready.
I need to get a new CD player. You're gonna laugh at me. I have a Johnny Horton CD in my car, and I don't know why I can't figure out the volume on my CD player.
You can't figure out the volume?
I think one of the speakers died or something. It's me. It's me, because I touched buttons and it got louder, and then I touched the other buttons and they got stuck on the thing that it's stuck on.
Did you like send it all to one speaker or something like that?
I don't know. I was touching buttons. I was.
Oh my goodness.
This was a while ago. I was just excited to get my truck back. This was a while ago, and I've had that thing stuck on it for a while. Turn off and turn that on, and we'll fix it. It's truth. That is truth.
I
Go
had
ahead.
a coworker, and something would like go wrong with the computer. She would just start mashing buttons on the keyboard. I'm like, stop! I have to fix this. You're making it worse. Just stop.
Be careful of those people. They will fight you. Those are traits where I'm like, ooh, you're physical. If someone's like, smashing a computer, I do a psychological test on that person. In my mind, I'm like, okay, they're a serial killer.
Well,
Okay,
no,
check.
She wasn't smashing the computer, but something would go wrong, and she'd be like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, she's like making things happen that are even worse than the thing that's already happening. So she's just like hitting keys. I'm like, quit, stop.
At least it's not Control Alt Delete,
Oh.
Hold on, let me see. Has it been past 7 years? Let me think. I know someone that got fired for erasing a computer because they didn't know what they were doing. They just kept on erasing and erasing.
Oh no.
And it was important stuff.
Oh no.
To the point where I heard people recently referencing that, and someone was like, oh man, I forgot about that. Because they're still to this day having to find workarounds.
Oh no.
But this is why, you shouldn't let people around things they don't know what they're doing. And but here's the problem. And I recently heard, I watch all kinds of stuff on YouTube. I look at a lot of things like an anthropologist, but someone that I really respect recently was like, tell the truth. Did you lie on your resume? And he went into it. See, Waternay, you are not the kind of person that would need to lie on their resume.
I hope not.
A lot of people skipped grad school, but still want to say that they did go to grad school. Then they call their cousin and say, hey, pretend like you're this grad school. But he went really in depth of how many people lie on their job applications. He was attributing it to apologists, but it was true. All the time at my job, people will say, I know how to, you have to have a certification in the state of California to drive a forklift. You have to. I have holes in the walls because people lie their face off.
Oh no.
Liar.
I mean, sometimes you get jobs that have unrealistic expectations. They want 15 years of experience in some software that's only been out for 10 years, and or they're like, but the thing is, it's like, okay, so be ambitious and apply for the job anyway, but don't try to say that you have qualifications you don't actually have.
I know somebody that lied their way into being a city inspector, and it was really funny because I saw them on the job and they were everyone was scared of them. And about 10 years later, at a party, this person admitted, because they were trying to talk about moxie and about, hey man, if you just put one foot in the other, They admitted that they showed up to the job having no qualifications and just never left and learned the job on the fly.
Wow.
And I remember being this like junior grommet with my hard hat on, being scared of this person, and they were a liar.
How did they even get the job? I mean, you'd think it would be kind of apparent in the interview process that they don't know what they're talking about.
Their argument was that because this one job was so specific, nobody applied to it. And so they just figured that how would you even know this job exists if you wouldn't even know. This person literally was just looking through books back when we had to actually look through like books of jobs, like, you know, actual hard books. But it made me laugh. It just made me laugh. And then they were a complete knob, and they had a great job making $100,000 a year because they lied about it. You know, again, that goes back to what I'm saying. Like, how many people lie on their job applications? There was somebody that like, they were a complete shrub, so I can talk about it. Like, I caught they claimed they had all these qualifications. I caught them sleeping in. We have a 1950s power junction room where if you touch the metal, it'll shock you. And he used to go in this room and fall asleep.
Oh my goodness. I'd be
Yeah.
afraid of like rolling into a wall or something.
I had to ask somebody else to go in there because I won't even walk in there. And when I do, I shut the power to the entire building off when I go in there.
I mean, seems sensible to me.
Well, the building was built in 1949, and so, you know, it's been retrofitted a few times. But it goes back to what I'm saying. People lie on their job application all the time. And you know what? I completely understand. People meet me and I'm semi-unprofessional, and then they see me on the job and they're like, oh, it happened today when that guy, I kind of outranked that guy. He was like, oh my gosh, I'm telling a story about like where you work. You know, but I don't present myself. I don't think of myself as like, oh, I run this, or I'm a tough guy, or, you know, I'm just a cog in the wheel. I show up like Fred Flintstone, like everybody else, you know. It's weird, but it goes back to what I was saying. How many people lie on their, and you know what? There's one thing about being ambitious and saying, you know what, I can do this, you know, but there's a difference between saying I'm a truck driver and you get in a semi and there's all those buttons and all like what is this? What is all this?
How many gears does this have anyway?
Even in the new ones that'll drive for you, they're still complicated. They're still like, there are all these computers in here. What is this thing? You know, it's a thing where people often lie on their job application. And you know what? I've done it when I was younger and I was underqualified for certain things. You know, I actually got a corporate job that kind of sent me around in my 20s. And I told a few fibs and walked around with was that Roxanne? What movie is that?
Pinocchio.
That too, but what Steve Martin movie?
Well, that was Roxanne, but he didn't have a big nose because he lied.
I
He just had
know.
a big nose.
I know. It just makes me think of Roxanne. It just makes me think of it. Oh, that and the greatest opening scene ever. If you're having a bad day, just watch the opening scene to The Jerk.
I've never seen it.
Oh, I won't give it away then.
Okay.
It is so it's good. It's good. It's good. All right, it's Wednesday. We're going semi Elvis. We're gonna go do the Watusi down the hallway. I'll be back I'm gonna sneeze. Let me mute myself. I feel like a 6 or 7 sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you.
Lately, they've been like, there was one time I was standing like over there. I sneezed 9 times.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I said. I cleared my sinuses for like a week. Oh man.
One of those movies is one of Skitz's all-time favorites, but I'm not
The
sure which
Jerk.
one we were talking about.
The
The
Jerk
Jerk?
is one of the greatest movies of all time. I love that movie. It's you know what they just they don't make movies like that anymore. It's just flat out a movie like that wouldn't even be made today because it's extremely conceptual and it's just a guy walking around being goofy. You know, such a good movie. Oh, 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 oh.
Yes, The Jerk is one of the greatest movies
Well,
ever made.
hello.
Yeah, right. Let me go
Hello.
put my shoes on. Let me go put a jacket on since we're going full Elvis. Let me get my James Brown cape. I'm a good foot.
How's
I feel
everybody
like
doing
I
this
too
fine
should be
evening?
wearing an obnoxious sweater.
Why aren't you?
Hey,
Actually don't have one.
during
I do
the-
have some Christmas Converse though. They're
Close
red and
enough.
green plaid with little wreaths around the Chuck Taylor
Nice.
and
Oh,
bells
nice.
on them.
I had red Converse, but I had to stop wearing them when I moved to LA for obvious reasons.
Oh dear.
I miss those things. And just for the record, this is Kente print. When King Charles was coronated, the Ashanti prince and his wife were both wearing garments with this. And they walked in and you could see them because this is bright. You can see both. It was awesome. It was actually awesome when they both walked in.
Coolios.
So how's it going?
It's going okay. Recovering from another cold. Like I had a cold and then like I recovered from the cold, then I tweaked my back and then my back recovered, then I got another cold. So I've been kind of down for the past few weeks.
That sounds awful.
It has been, but you know, I'm alive and kicking and
All
here
right.
I am.
Powering through.
Yeah.
something floating around.
Yeah.
What was that?
Something floating around.
Oh.
I think that's what he said at least.
Oh, sorry, I'm moving all this junk. There's definitely something floating around.
This is true. It's a matter of when, not a matter of if you're gonna catch the plague.
Ugh. I stay in hiding.
Good call.
I'm just now feeling better. Hans has never been sick in his life, and he's had a cough for like 2 or 3 months. Take him to the doctor. The doctor's like, "Well, here, take this, but you're going to be back anyways."
Mm. Yeah, he wasn't feeling well. He went to bed early that other night.
Yeah.
That's just not a thing teenagers do.
Not unless forced. Yeah.
Especially my child, like he wants contracts. He tries to negotiate with me, and he wants like, what time exactly do I need to go to bed? He like wants to know down to the minute. He's a negotiator. I was raised by pirates. They were like, do what I say or you got to walk the plank, you know?
Or I'll shank you.
Yeah, exactly. For real.
I was so mad when I was a kid. In the summertime, my bedtime was before it fully got dark. And I was
That
talking to
sucks.
my mom about this the other day because she grew up, a lot farther north. And she's like, oh, I hated that in the summer if I had to go. And I'm like, so why did you make me go to bed? It's the summer. I didn't have to be up for anything. I'm like, it's broad daylight. It can't be bedtime.
For real.
My parents were strict as well. I had a 10 o'clock curfew all the way until I was 18, depending on what lie I told my parents. My parents but they were 40 years older than me, so they were from a different planet, you know?
Yeah, my parents did not care.
Oh dear.
I was pretty latchkey, but I mean, granted, I never was the type of kid to go out and stay out late, and it was kind of we're out in the middle of nowhere, California, and I just wasn't that kind of kid. Like I never once actually snuck out, because I would just be able to walk out the back door, and
It makes me shake to think that like my cousin and I, even my good friends that I'm still kind of friends with, we would tell each other's parents like, yeah, we're gonna spend the weekend here and here, and we would go to Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
Well, back then the legal drinking age was 16. Now it's 18 because of my generation,
because of
probably.
you.
Well, imagine we would go
Because
like
it's
to
getting
the
hot.
border. We would go to the border on a Friday. There would be 500 or 600 16-year-olds walking over.
Oh my goodness. That's scary.
Oh yeah, I remember. Like, and in San Ysidro, there's bars literally on the other side of the border, like 5 feet. There's the shops and the bars, like literally the second you step into Mexico, what's considered legal Mexico.
Mm.
Skits, have you ever been to TJ?
Never.
What?
Yep, never been to Mexico.
What?
Wow.
Were you not stationed on that side of America?
I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina,
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
in Iraq. So I mean,
Do you speak Spanish?
no. No, I took several. Believe it or not, I took a couple semesters in high school, a couple semesters at university, and none of it really stuck because it's one of those use it or lose it skills, right? And like I just never used it.
I think also the classroom setting, it doesn't make it stick.
One of the only reasons I even remember Spanish is because of immersion and just being around people that spoke it in general. Because really, and that's another thing, a lot of my Spanish is a reflection of the area in which I came from. My mom calls it TJ Spanish.
Again, occasionally I'll get a hair up my butt and want to do it and like learn, and I'll download Rosetta Stone and I'll stick with it for a little bit, and then something inevitably comes up and I get sidetracked. I don't know, it's just work or ADD or the combination of the two, and it just kind of sits there on my computer for a couple of years. So I need some space and uninstall it.
In this room, I have how to learn to speak German, French, Italian. Like, trust me, Skids, I have the same. Somewhere close, I even have a bunch of Spanish, of how to learn to speak Spanish on these things called CDs.
Ooh, archaic
I know those
technology.
letters, but
I think it's weird. Like, I don't think people realize in America, we're one of the only countries in the world where we're not bilingual. Like, where everybody's not bilingual.
Right?
At
least.
Everybody. I have a friend who's from Hamburg, Germany. He showed up to America being able to speak English to me. Like, I was shocked. We were able to have the slang, kind of caught him off guard at first, but you don't realize how much slang you speak until you get around someone that speaks the Kings or learned it from a book.
Yeah.
Then they're like, what are you saying, you dumb American? Like,
yeah, I was just watching some random video about about the war, but like they were talking about the small like island country who the average adult spoke 5 languages.
what?
And I'm like, dude, I can barely speak one. And like,
Americans are where it's crazy that way. But there's other countries like that though.
it's gotta be right.
Well, I know like people in the UK with like our education system compared to the UK is
Oh
like
my
left
God.
and right.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, there's someone I know, a very famous, someone I know that's considered a scholar, very famous quote. He said, "In America, there's a liquor store in every corner, and in London, there's a bookstore in every corner."
It's
So
true.
it's a difference. There's a difference.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing a bookstore on every corner.
He was just,
Hyperbole at its finest.
What?
he's the same guy though. Like on YouTube, he went to the Museum of Natural History in the UK, and he walked through and was like, "This is Egyptian. This is blah 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 blah." He came back the next day, and they were like, "You're not allowed to walk in here, sir." And it was the most. And he's from America, but it was the most English thing because they were so polite. And he's like, "Okay," and he turned around and walked away. He's
We'll have
like,
a spot of
"Wait a
tea."
minute."
And a crumpet.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to order some more black raspberry preserves.
Delicious.
They're so good. McCutcheon's. Best jam ever.
You gotta remind me. Let's see what else I have coming from. I'm
I'll
so
take
done
note.
with Amazon. Amazon and I are breaking up. I know I say that every week. It's an abusive relationship that I'm in with Amazon.
I just can't quit you, Amazon.
Oh, I haven't said that in a while. I just can't quit you. I haven't said that in a long time.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my-
remember. Actually, I have the hoodie over there somewhere. When I found out the difference between, a US 2X and an Asian 2X, and
Thank you.
yeah, it is very different.
I forgot that I
I was
talked
like in
about
this
that.
thing. I'm like a sausage. I'm like, I do not feel comfortable at all.
Mad. I'm still mad. I forgot I talked about that for 45 minutes. I'm still mad. I'm still mad.
I think I told you about the subway cars. New York ordered subway cars from that is small. They ordered
2X.
subway cars from Japan because Japan in their, engineering magic could fit so many more seats on their subway cars. Then the cars arrived and they discovered that the average size Japanese posterior is much smaller than the average size American. And the seats were too small. They had to send them back.
That's hilarious.
All right, we're gonna find out how tiny this vest is right now because I'm not wearing black on black. I will show you how just tiny this
I
is.
see a red vest and I want it painted black.
That's a good song. Get stuck. I see blah blah blah. Oh my gosh! Look at this.
Dude, it's just like morph into rah rah Rasputin. Like as it was like, that's snug.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put that vest over the 2-layered shirt.
Yeah, that's true.
That's covered with the flannel that's probably layered as well. That's like a flannel jacket and a hoodie. Oh, for crying out loud! You've got
I'm
a
That's
just
so
two-layered
sweating just
shirt,
walking at you.
That's the
a hoodie, and a flannel, and then you're complaining that your vest is too small.
That's the whole point, though. That's why I ordered a double XL because it's supposed to go over everything. This goes over nothing.
This goes over nothing.
Look, this,
You'll be able to wear it at the Pride Parade, and that's it.
You're like, I like layering. Look how stuffed this is. I look like a quail. Oh, come on. And look, and this is not, they say, oh, it's the biker cut. Not where I'm from.
What kind of bikers are we talking about here?
Maybe you save it for your like spring wear or early autumn when you're not in 6 other layers.
I'm gonna go grab a black Dickies hoodie. I think I have actually I found a vest that is actually the same size that's small. I found something that was a light color and a hoodie and I just put it underneath and I like that combo.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go look for. I'm gonna later. I'll find that jacket though.
Okay.
But this is ridiculous. Thank you, Joy.
But
Joy is
seriously,
still
how many
here.
layers are you wearing?
I like to layer, all right? Don't judge. Back off!
Remember
I'm
remember the
eating.
kid from like a Christmas Story where he's like
Do you remember that Chris Farley skit where he's like, "Back off! I'm eating." That's me. That is literally me. Like I wear a bunch of layers. All right.
don't judge me.
It started because I have neck issues. I don't like a droopy neck on a shirt. I'm gonna take this shirt off because I
That
am
really
wearing.
it bothers me too.
It's and I've been like that my whole life. So when I got of a certain age where I could do something about it, I now wear high collars on my shirt. I'm weird. I know. No one's perfect.
Well, you wouldn't want your cleavage showing.
So he's more of a season 2 next gen or season 3 one the versus the low cut collar.
Totally. Oh, the 1989 uniforms were you could see people's hairy chests and everything.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, Captain freaking yeah. Tears you. Ah!
I saw that episode where Picard went on vacation to the pleasure planet.
Ryza.
Yes. And he had the little short shorts and the tiny
And his little
shirt.
robe. Like yeah. Now that's a sexual machine right there. That's the epitome of masculinity.
Oh
Be
man,
like
sorry,
Picard.
it took me a minute to rip that shirt off. It was painted. That shirt was painted on. Holy cow. That's actually a much talked about episode when Picard went to Risa and Riker gave him the Horgon and Picard was half dressed.
That was hilarious.
That's actually a very talked about episode.
He had no idea what the Horgon was. He's like just chilling with it there. Like, what's up?
This is not the house of tiny vests. This is the house of large vests. I'll get over it, maybe. I'm so mad. It's because I've been hitting home runs with ordering stuff, and this one was a total bonk.
Sometimes you need a good single,
I don't think it looks as bad as you think it looks.
I need
I
a
don't think it
reminder.
looks terrible.
I need
don't
to
think
stop
it does.
compulsively ordering things off of Amazon. That's what I need to do.
Well, did you try it on before you threw it in the shower?
Of course I did. That's where I wouldn't have done half of the things to it if it wasn't tiny from the jump. Isaiah gave me the Nelson when I put it on.
Well, maybe it'll fit. Does it fit Isaiah?
He doesn't want it.
Oh, fucking kids. You tried, huh?
Why didn't you send it back?
Because I'm not a quitter. We don't quit here in the house of sewing. My first thought.
That's what that expression is for.
Oh man, I'm exposing myself right now. I forgot I had this shirt on. Yeah, I'm wearing the Mitt Romney shirt. Judge me. Judge me.
I remember thinking, man, he sucks, but God, I would take him over any Republican nominee that I got today.
Ever than any of them. But look how tiny this is. I look like I'm in that wannabe cowboy. What's that show with Kevin Costner?
There's a lot of them.
The most recent one. They film it like in a canyon.
Dances with Wolves. Oh.
No, that's a great movie. The ranch. Is that what it's called?
What you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Yellowstone. No.
No.
What's it called? Whatever it's called. They film it literally. They film it somewhere outside of Palmdale.
Well, when you put your hands like up, does it rise up like way above your waist, or does it stay there? Or?
Skits and I went to the same school because that is my test. No, it does not.
Okay, yeah, it's a bit yeah.
It's up to my belly button when I do that.
I mean, it's not terrible, but yeah, I can definitely see what you're talking about there.
I'm used to and I think it's more this whole black denim quest has been a debacle. This entire search for a black denim vest from the time I got really butthurt because that guy denied me. I still don't know why.
It's not your normal style, so I understand. However, I think it looks good on you.
These
Thank
patches.
Thank you for being optimistic. I'm gonna accessorize. We'll see, because this is almost the same size and it's quality on the inside. The I bought one like this, but it came damaged. So this is quality on the inside. I mean the inside pockets, the stitching, the cell phone pocket is actually made for a modern cell phone, which is extremely rare.
Speaking of modern cell phones, have you seen those like crazy like flip like folding phones now? It's like,
yeah,
those are crazy.
I want to know how. Okay, so I'm a habitual dropper.
Fair.
I don't know how I would not break that.
Fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they make some sort of case for it.
Have you seen the commercial though, where they're on a lake somewhere and they're like, "Let me tell you a story about this elusive thing called a flip phone." I said, "Oh no," so loud. I was like, "Wait a minute, kids! I was there for the flip phone."
They were the thing back in the day.
They really were. Like the Razor flip phone, or like,
Yeah.
Oh man, like, for a while I had two. I had not at the same time, but I owned two razors.
Excuse me.
sleepy.
You know what I'm gonna wear? Because I'm in the comfort. Because I'm in the comfort of my own home. I'm gonna wear that jacket that water.
Oh, don't wear that on stream. Are you trying to get yourself killed?
No, no one even.
But she wants you to take off your other shirt first.
Oh, my word.
Mitt Romney, Mitt Romney, and Watts. That's from Utah all the way to LA.
She does not look amused.
And we'll throw my vest on. It's a beautiful day in Sewing's neighbor. I'm gonna somehow finagle that to.
Man, that guy can really sew.
I'm gonna finagle that to be my opening somehow. Mr. Sewing's neighborhood. I like this combo. I'm gonna cover up the shoulder because I like the combo, and this jacket's well insulated anyway.
You just need to put your own patches on it.
Are you
I
sure
have
it's
quite
not
a
that
few.
cold?
Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit.
Fair.
In my house, it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit or something in that realm. Out here, but I'm super layered though.
So was A-word telling you the outside temperature or the temperature in the room right now?
That's outside.
Do you have your door open?
No.
That would suck.
Yesterday when I was reading my book, I felt myself. I know people on the East Coast are gonna laugh at me, okay? And it hasn't happened in a while. I was sitting there and I'm like, am I shivering? It's been so long since I've been cold. I had to identify the action and the motion that was going on in my body. I was like, what is this thing? I don't even realize what's going on.
Am I having a seizure?
Man, I came back today with my cowboy hat. I had and what I call my Brokeback Mountain jacket. I had my gloves. I was out there reading all warm. Do you know what's awful? My son's MMA class is next to one of the oldest Jack in the Boxes in my town. There's a very popular Mexican restaurant, and the Greasy Spoon I always talk about is across the street.
Nice.
I'm gonna gain weight, but I'm
gonna
walking.
gain-
I'm walking to these places.
As your son's all getting fit, you're just getting fat.
I've been working out though. I've I'm hitting the weights right now. I would shock you of how good I look. But I'm an older man. I'm an older man, so I need a higher caloric intake, and that's a lie I tell myself.
You could sign up for the adult class that's after your son's class.
No, those guys are meatheads, and I'm not even saying that to be mean. Like they look at me, they're like,
Means that in
"Come
the
into
nicest way
ring."
possible.
They look at me like, "Oh, you think you're tough, guy, patch guy?" They're like, those are the deceptive guys. See, that's why you never walk around trying to pick a fight, because you never know if it's one of those guys. Because those jujitsu guys, they'll laugh at you, stand on their hands, and kick you in the face.
and size can be deceptive. Like I'm a pretty big dude, right? 6'2", 220 or whatever. And like in the army, we do a lot of hand-to-hand combat training. The biggest ass whooping I ever got was from a tiny dude. Like,
Telling you. And you know what, those tiny guys, like I knew somebody that is like 5'4", 5'5". He became a bodybuilder because he has a lower center of gravity. If he gets his hands on you, he'll rip your arm off your side, but he's tiny. But no, these guys, that's why they were like that's why they were so shocked when they found out my resume today. They like,
Did you
I
lie
do
on
man.
it? Oh.
Well, I do manly stuff, I do manly stuff. My tractor, it just makes me laugh how how driving a tractor and shoeing a horse makes you so manly,
Yeah.
It makes
My
me laugh.
tractor brings all the girls to the yard.
She thinks my tractor sexy. It really turns her on.
I will say this is the only crowd who hasn't said anything about my godless sewing patches, because whenever I wear any of my patches that says sewing on it, everybody wants to know, no matter where I go. But not one of them have asked me, because I don't think they care about clothes. It's weird being around that crowd. It's weird. It's different. And I found out the other day I'm like 4 years older than the instructor. Like 3 years. Like they look at me like I'm the elder.
Well, he's got to be young and spry to teach all those whippersnappers.
I remember when I was in university, right, about a year or two before I was graduating, my my professor, like, he hopped on my Facebook page or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, it was on my birthday." He's like, "Oh, happy birthday! Oh, I didn't realize we have the same birthday, and the same day, month, and year." I'm like, and just look what you have a PhD, and I'm like, oh man.
Oh.
Don't feel bad. You know what? Don't feel bad. There's actually somebody who has the exact same name as me. I think we're either the same age or I might be older than him. He is a professor at Ohio State. And if you Google him, he's been on MSNBC. He's been interviewed by, like, anytime they ask about African studies, they go to this man on NBC. And I'm like looking around. I'm like looking at my sewing machine. Like, what have you done?
Don't you judge me, singer.
Oh, don't feel bad. That the other sewing, he like, and it's like, I'll be sitting here, and I admit it. I watch my local NBC. He'll be interviewed randomly, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and we're in the same bloodline too. We're in the same bloodline, so don't feel bad. But we live in California. We have great weather. Skits, could you live in a cold weather city? I'm talking about like Saskatoon, Canada.
No. Or I was once offered if I wanted to go to Fort Drum, New York.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's just like the coldest fucking. No, it's colder than Alaska. No. I'm especially nowadays. I am a fair weather animal.
There's a point in New Jersey. It's like a mountain or something. They record. It's like a weather station. They record some of the coldest temperatures on Earth.
Oof.
Yeah, that's where the Army does its Fort Drum, at least, is where the Army does its Arctic training.
Oh my.
I think that's probably what I'm talking about. I watched some special. Joy agrees with me.
Mhm.
I was surprised when I went to Vancouver, Canada. It's a West Coast city. They have weather, they have the sun. Like, it surprised me. But the more east I went, it was real. Like, I had never seen that much snow in my life ever. Well, when I went back.
Although, it's like I like cold in small spurts, especially when I know I can go inside and warm up, because there's a lot of things that you can experience in the cold environment that you can't. It's like I was in Alaska and I was out there duck hunting. I'm sitting on this this check in the middle of this bay, and there's just a little bit of snow coming down, and bald eagles, like swooping in the background. Like, literally, it was amazing until one of those fucking bald eagles stole my bird. And I was very pissed off. But it's there's just certain. But again, I knew I could at the end of the day I could walkie-talkie dudes like, all right, I'm ready to go back to the cabin now. But
I wanted to live there so bad until I actually went there and realized I wouldn't make it through the winter. I wanted to live in Alaska so bad. I had a friend in high school where I talked about it so much. She was from Kenya. When she went there, she tagged me on Facebook. She's like, I made it there first.
Nice.
But when I got there, I realized I wouldn't survive.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but cold and snowy.
Yeah. I could live somewhere with cool weather, but once we start talking about degrees below zero, that's probably too cold for me.
I've been to Colorado. I could hang, but it's the elevation that makes me loopy. It's just like Mexico City, though. It's a mile above sea level. Same thing. No matter what. Same thing with Denver, Colorado, Mexico City. You need to like acclimate, or you're gonna be like, man, why am I the life of the party? Because you're loopy. Because you are loopy.
I went to, again, duck hunting. Most of my cold weather experiences are from that. I went to a town called Biddeford, Maine, right? And it was cold there. Like, it was colder in Maine than it was in Alaska. And I remember we just got back from a big hunt, and the birds over there were big. Like, they were eider, which are huge. And we didn't have the forethought of thinking, okay, we wanted to save this meat and some of these ducks to get, taxidermied later. But the hotel freezer is yay big, so we didn't know. We were thinking, oh God, what are we going to do? So we just put them on the hood of the car because it got down to -2 that night. And it was just as cold as it needed to be, and they were just like frozen solid in the morning. We're like, ah, perfect.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love watching those videos when people walk outside in Alaska and they throw boiling water in the air.
Mm.
And make like the snow kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's just insta freeze.
One year I went to the UK for like over Christmas and New Year and everything. And I saw a weather report, and they're like, zone 1 and zone 2 and zone 0. And I'm like, okay, so what's the weather going to be? And then I realized that was the weather in Celsius. It was
Cold.
zone 1. It was 1 degree.
That was my main reason for actually moving back to California, because I want to move out of this area, but like when I lived in Portland on my 4th winter, I remember standing there. I had long johns on. I'm a layer person. I had on like 5 shirts, long johns, pants, snowboard pants on top of that, a jacket, and I felt the wind go through all of my clothes. And I was like, I'm going back to California.
Yeah. When we were in Maine, when I was talking about what it was like -2, right? We then got onto a boat and was skidding across, the bay, and having this ice, you got the icy cold seawater splashing up, misting in your face, plus the wind chill, plus the fact that it's -2 out. Like, I was never I'm sitting there, like, just bundled. I got, hand warmers and feet warmers, and I'm in waders and all the cold weather gear I could possibly, buy. And I'm just sitting there like quasi-fetal in the back of the boat going, why the fuck am I here? Do I love killing ducks that I paid to be here? Like,
I don't need a duck.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I have quite a few family members. I have a family member that paid to go on an African safari.
Oh, great.
This is one of those psychos that, like, and I don't, did I block him? I probably blocked him. It's a long story, but he's one of those people that paid a lot of money to go do that. I couldn't do that. I'll go to Africa to, like, go, have a good time, go look at stuff.
Shoot it with a camera. There's no need to go killing magnificent creatures just for the sake of it.
Yeah, I'm there now. And to be fair, for the most part, we never, wasted animals. Too wasted. Were, everyone that wasn't taxidermied, which was a vast minority of them, was being taxidermied, and even those I eventually donated to the university for their display.
Duck is gross, though. How much do you like eating duck?
No, I despise duck, but it made decent duck jerky. And so we saved up all of our meat for the entire year and made duck jerky out of it, which ended up being good. Plus, it was, fun to hand out to, friends and family and things like that.
As a child, I prided myself on being able to eat anything. As an adult, I went back and I revised the list. Duck is gross. It's slimy. Maybe I cooked it wrong. I cooked it in the oven. And my mistake was I went through a smoker phase, an actual smoker. And I smoked a duck, and we all sat there, and we were like, we had more time hanging out and being king of the hill. We were like, let's go get cheeseburgers. We literally party, like I brought people over. We had a party. We had someone go do a cheeseburger run. That's how gross smoked ducks are.
My buddy, he was telling me about like this. Okay, this is how you prepare the duck, right? Yeah, you get your duck breast, right, and you marinate it in half red wine and half soy sauce, and with chopped up jalapenos in there. And then after you marinate it there, you make a kebabs out of it, with the jalapenos, onions, and the duck, and then you grill it slowly until it's about a medium rare. Then you take all the meat and vegetables off of the stick and eat the stick.
Absolutely. You're making me think of the time I ate gator. See, but
oh yeah,
I grew up in a very LA way, so I'm an explorer. Like, a lot of people get grossed out by lengua burritos and tacos.
That I can do.
I eat them all the time. There's a restaurant that's by Isaiah's MMA class. Was the first place I ever had a lengua taco. They're bomb. I'm craving them now. We used to go to this restaurant in Chinatown where I'm not going to get too explicit, but when you ordered duck soup, it came with parts.
Came with hearts?
Parts.
Oh, parts. Like what kind of parts?
The head.
Oh, okay. I'm like, here's a duck dick. I'm like,
Do you know, I thought I was going to go all of 2023 without discussing the anatomy of a duck, which is the most confusing thing. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Do not. No. I sat there one night. I was literally doing this with my phone. I'm like, what? How? I don't know how ducks reproduce. I don't know how ducks reproduce.
Evolution's weird.
Weird, man. Weird. Oh, that's a 3 a.m. That's a 3 a.m. Google.
For
I
real.
always heard the expression "hung like a horse," and one time I was, out in the countryside driving by a field, and I'm like, "That horse has an extra leg," and I'm like, "Oh my word, that is not a leg."
Are you kidding me? Like that? It's not for the faint of heart. It's milking a horse is real. It's not for the faint of heart. It's like that was one thing when I did step up in the jobs where I had to sit in the office. There's all kinds of stuff I didn't have to do, and a lot of that maintenance is stuff I don't have to do anymore.
There's a reason I didn't join the ag club when I was in high school. I knew it wasn't all just picking corn.
Yeah.
Or is that what the kids call it these days? No.
I can't believe someone tried to like outman me, and they were actually talking about my job. They were like, "Oh, we used to ride dirt bikes up there," and he was describing like my father opening the gate for him and his friends and stuff. And I'm like, let me explain something to you.
Listen up, yeah.
We need to bring that back. Like calling, like, "Hey, Buster," and
Buster
there
Brown.
was something else. Oh, twerp. I heard someone properly use twerp in a sentence. I was like, we need to bring twerp back. Twerp needs a comeback.
I frequently call people jive ass turkeys just for fun.
That doesn't roll off the tongue like twerp does.
I know. You jive ass turkey.
I have
Bring it back.
I know someone that never stopped saying rad.
Rad.
And I mean, like, they're in their 50s and they still like, "That's rad."
I was just watching a crime documentary. I watch a lot of true crime stuff, and this guy from the UK, I think it was Irish. That is UK, right? Oh God. Anyway, he's like, he was doing it. And he said, "Yeah, I'd be Audi 5000." I'm like,
okay. I've recently had to come at peace with this. I used to talk like that. I remember one
you
time.
still do.
No, but like, I remember my pop sat me down. He was like, "Bro, you need to reflect where you're from." And I would be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm finna leave. I'm finna leave right now." He'd be like, "Sir, are you from the South?" And I remember having this conversation, and I told him I'm from Southern California. He stood up and walked out of the room because he did not think it was funny. It's true. So I reflect where I'm from. When I got online, I realized I said "and like" a lot.
You Valley girl.
I had to take it out of my vocabulary. It's a Ned Flanders diddly. When you forget what to say, you say "and like," and then it just
Diddly.
becomes a way of life.
It's true.
Or that one's.
I still say that though. I still say it, but I have slipped in a "and," and I'm not from Wisconsin in any way, shape, or form. But I say "and,"
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Right?
I think it's because I was obsessed with the movie Fargo.
I mean,
oh gosh, you want to age yourself? My parents had these things called laser discs. They were DVDs the size of frisbees.
Is it like the size of records, like ish?
They were huge. I still have the Nutty Professor. I still have it's in Isaiah's
Wow.
closet. He's like, "Can I keep this?" I was like, "Yes, you can." Because he just liked the fact that it says Nutty Professor, but it's an actual laser disc inside. And you have to insert the entire box into the thing, and the laser disc gets extracted.
That's how they kept, yeah, which was a neat technology for back in the day. Like, you know, the CD, how many CDs and DVDs got scratched to shit?
I felt like I was on the Enterprise. I felt like I lived in the. I look back and clown myself because I remember like playing my PlayStation, doing certain things, and being like, I live in the future.
Make it so.
Well, somebody recently pointed out to me that I am from a really weird age where I remember record players, and I grew up on the cusp, on the extreme cusp of technology. You know, I still have Bobby Brown's almost entire career on vinyl.
I mean, can't you like rename your A word to like computer or something like that? Or is that something else that you give you like computer? What time is it?
It has to be a word that I do not say all the time. And A word is a word I do not say. I say computer all the time out loud. When I'm talking to, I'm like, F you, computer.
You fucking sorry.
No, my thing is I get real petty. I'm like, I don't like you, computer. Real petty. I get super petty.
Fair.
Sometimes, you know, I missed out. Again, I grew up on the cusp of, I'm from a generation, we didn't have computers in the classroom, and if we did, they were Apple IIe's. They were certain generation computers that were nowhere near the internet.
Lucky to
So
play Oregon Trail.
I'm not necessarily the most computer inclined like a lot of people are. I learn like everybody else out of necessity and survival.
Or Rizzle.
No, there are like, and that's the thing I want to stress to people. 4 years ago, I didn't even know how to turn on this computer. And I'm not even kidding you. It's a Apple desktop. It's huge. I didn't even know how to turn it on. And look at me now. I'm flying the ship. Look at me now.
Take the con, Will. Number one.
Oh, that's Kilroy is number one because Kilroy
Aw.
knows my piratey intentions.
Where's Kilroy?
You know what? They're probably, resting. Changing your life is not easy. I used to, okay. One of the reasons why I started drinking soda is because I couldn't drink milk anymore. And I know it sounds weird, but I drank milk until I was 25, and because of my lung issues, I can no longer drink milk or anything. I didn't know what to do. I went through this weird Powerade phase. I still drink Powerade. I guess I never got out of that phase. But one day I had to stop. So, I changed my life, and then I went to the doctor. I was like, "Oh, I have migraines." They're like, "Explain your diet to me." And I'm like, I drink 15 Pepsis. I drink 3 pots of coffee. I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. And the doctor just closed the chart and was like, "Let me tell you this thing about health."
calls in a priest. Did you want last rites, or are you
No, I had this conversation right, but like this was right around before I quit drinking. Gosh, that was like 13 years ago when I quit drinking. And I would get migraine, but I wasn't doing anything good to my body. I was, living like an emancipated 13-year-old. Not treating my body well.
which is to say not good.
I just like saying that because I remember when I was a kid, someone sued their parents and it was on TV, and I remember being like, "You can do that?" Mine would have been like, "You don't have to sue me. You can just get out."
So, speaking of Amazon, I got an oversized heating pad.
That's actually awesome.
It is.
Do you lay on that?
Yeah.
Oh, I would. I.
And I got a big old hot water bottle to also help with
Nice.
my back. And it came
Hot
in a
water
little-
bottles are the best. They're
right?
so cozy.
I never got into hot water bottles.
Oh, see, you're missing out.
I'm about to. I'm
I
trying
know.
anything to help my back, you know, like
I have one that's
I
like
saw those.
noodle shaped or worm shaped, or so you can like stretch out against it. So cozy.
And it's a hot water bottle. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. You put
Wow.
hot water in it, like from the tap, so you don't scald yourself.
Yeah.
And then
Not
you,
like boiling.
and you can, like if you have an injury or sore muscles or something, you can put it on there. But if it's cold, you put it in the bed and put the blankets over it. And then a few minutes later, when you get in bed, it's all cozy and toasty. It's like a little heater beside you.
I had a bad shoulder before my car accident, and the weird thing is, I sleep on my bad shoulder still to this day. How do you tell yourself to not do something when you're sleeping? You know, I wake up on my shoulder and I'm like, well, I guess my body likes just the pain.
I was very much the same. And I even started looking into like maternity pillows and things like
Mhm.
that, where but like I don't know. It was
See,
like this,
Waternay, see, I'm not the only
YouTube-
one who needs a body pillow.
right?
I-
YouTube started like advertising these like fancy like like arm through shoulder. I'm like, oh, that's a sweet pillow. That'd be like perfect. I'm like, oh, you want $350 for a freaking pillow? Die. Like,
Yeah.
Have a great night, Joy. I'll be back at it on
Bye, Joy.
Saturday. I've been releasing everything, so I have a video out right now, a short. Thank you so much for stopping by.
night night.
I need a body pillow because I need to stop rolling on my left shoulder, and I think it's because of my repression, because I'm left-handed and I live in a right-handed world. I was always forced. I roll on my left shoulder and it hurts. It's like at the rotator cup, it hurts. And the older I get, the worse it gets.
Mm.
And I've
You
gone
need
to
to
a
train
doctor.
yourself out of that.
It's the worst. I'm a roller in my sleep. I've gone to a doctor about it and everything, and they're like, they pose the same question I pose to everybody else. How do you train yourself to not sleep a certain way?
Well, try a body pillow. Just maybe not the $300 one. That's for fluvogs.
No, I'm gonna go. This is inspiring me. I might make a body pillow next.
There you go.
Well, I'm gonna go to Walmart. I have a bunch of stuffing, but I need more. I'm gonna make a body pillow that's my size.
There you go.
You've got bags of fabric scraps you could stuff it with.
There you go.
But that would be so
Yeah.
heavy.
Maybe some. I mean, you memory foam scraps, or down or anything. It depends how firm you want it, right?
I have a ton of like quilting. What is it called? I have just all the pillow fluff,
Yeah, I got a bunch of that too. Yeah.
whatever they sell at Walmart. I'm probably gonna go buy that weird box. I'm gonna laugh if that's not enough. I'll go buy a couple bags, and I'm thinking about making a body pillow.
There you go. Should be simple. As somebody once said, it's just a couple of rectangles.
One of the greatest quotes of all time is one of the greatest quotes I ever heard: 3 lefts make a right.
No.
It's basically what it is, No, but that is something that more practical that I need, because how many jackets have I made? How many, and again, this is the second year in a row where I see comments from people and they're reminding me I make more clothes than fashion designers who get paid to do it.
For real.
And everything I put out that I made this year, and then my video is only the first half. I probably have 30 or 40 more pieces that I've made. What's new for tomorrow is here at Singer Today. Just remember that. Oh man, I really need to start wearing my
I'm
glasses.
wondering if it's gonna make a thing.
Oh, you're like, what are all the different?
Okay, so this is like a balloon.
Is that the balloon one? The Scout's honor.
You have to wait for it.
I guess you have to be more vertical.
Yeah, maybe it's got to be back a little farther.
This one, I can't believe you discovered that one.
Yeah, so
This
there's
one's
thumbs
awesome.
down.
This one,
Aw.
I feel like I'm in a metal. I feel like I'm in a
stormy
metal
weather.
video.
And then 2 thumbs up is fireworks.
What's that other one that you discovered? Oh, it's
heart.
this one, isn't it? This one.
Well, yeah, like the one is balloons,
There we go. There's your confetti.
and one is balloons, and then 2 is confetti.
This has to be the Apple update. This has to be.
Oh, yeah.
But it takes a really long time before it starts. So you like give up before you get the thing. Where's my confetti?
I'm not joking. The first
confetti.
time-
Oh, do this one. Go like this.
It didn't.
Oh,
We tried that
it's the
before.
final countdown.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna be geeking out. I'm gonna be here by myself.
You have to have 2.
Final
It's
countdown.
just 2.
Oh, geeking out on that. That's
Okay.
awesome.
So what else? What else is there?
Oh, I love.
Yeah, I think you hit them all
Skits.
with the hearts, balloon, rain, fireworks, heart,
Oh,
thumbs up. Yeah, I think you got them all.
you know, to the 40-something people that always watch my stream after, I think you're amazing, and this is the solid gold content that they are here for. Me singing the final content. Oh man.
I'm still not getting any confetti.
Oh, which one? Oh, yeah, confetti is that.
There we
Oh,
go.
there it is. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Sorry, interrupted you.
Yeah, no, yeah, confetti is yeah, it's supposed to be 2 peace signs. Yeah, that works too. Close enough.
Like I said, the first time I saw a thumb up, my heart dropped. I was like, did my account get hacked? I did not know what happened. I was like, what happened? Oh, I'm gonna open up with that. I'm gonna start opening up to that. Welcome to the house of sewing.
And then there's skits up here.
I wonder if they have an update for the middle finger now.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Both of you like,
All of this is making up for all the other inadequacies that Apple has. That's really what this is about. Apple's complete and utter incompetence. So they
Are
give
you
you
sure this is Apple?
yes, it's FaceTime, which is Apple.
Is it FaceTime or is this StreamYard?
and anytime that you're
Oh, I don't have it.
anytime that your light is on your on an Apple device, it's considered FaceTime.
No, okay.
Anytime that that it's turned back on you, except for when you're video. I'm so old. When you're recording, video is
Hearts,
like this.
balloons, thumbs up, thumbs down, rain, confetti, fireworks, and lasers. Yeah, okay. So yeah, those are the only ones.
All
Oh, you
right,
looked it up?
we've been going
Yeah.
for we've been going for 4 hours. We can hang out backstage. Is there anything that anybody would like to share at all in any way, shape, or form?
Just be cool to each other out there.
Absolutely. To anyone who's made it this far, I absolutely thank you. To everybody else, you're amazing. I'll be back at it on Saturday. This is what my so-called life is about. It is about sewing, but it's also about community and just having a good time. I hope everybody has a great week. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Until then, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely hold on one more time. The final countdown.
I was doing it for her.
The final. That's just
You have
swag.
to be farther back. Yeah. 3 in a row.
There it is. It's the metal. Let's try this one more time. Have a great. Oh, you are just not cooperating. Oh, I'm gonna be doing this all night. I'm gonna be doing this all night. I hope everyone has a great week. I will see you on Saturday. Bye. Have a
Have a
great
good night.